Hey, what is up, y'all? Welcome to Game Day here at Heavy Cardboard, where we teach, play, and discuss medium and heavy strategy board games, war games, 18xx. I'm your host, Edward Euler. Happy to be joined by these fine folks over there.
Hey, I'm Ken.
Adam.
Alyssa.
All right, tonight we are bringing y'all a riveting game of currency speculation and trading, which is known as Forex, short for foreign exchange, designed by Tom Russell and published by their company, Hollandspiele. So, welcome everybody watching live around the world as well as after the fact. And I have forgotten to say this for, the last 5 streams? Like, subscribe, support, all that stuff. PledgeHC.com, go do that. Is this the weirdest game out there? Nah, it's not the weirdest game, but it's up there. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah?
It's definitely its own thing, that's for sure.
It is. Y'all are going to have to indulge me. I did this once before, years ago. Y'all are going to have to listen to this because if you want a description and a back of the box, there is no better than what is here. So, without further ado, hopefully they're ready. We just played this 2 hours ago, just for everybody at home. It's going to be a good time. Going to be bloody. Going to be a good time, though. Here we go. Forex. Why on earth did you buy this game? This is a game about currency trading. Each currency only has value relative to 6 other currencies, and when you strengthen the value of one currency, it weakens each other currency, but only relative to the strengthened currency. Imagine the excitement before your turn. $1 is worth 2 Japanese yen. And 1 British pound is worth $4. But then, through a savvy investment, you strengthen the US dollar. And now, $1 is worth 2.5 yen, and 1 British pound is worth $3. One of the other players had made a contract with the bank on a previous turn to buy 6 yen for $3. When the contract's resolved, it must be per the original terms, so $3 for 6 yen, even though the buying power of $3 would now net somebody 7.5 yen. He has suddenly had a ruinous loss. Your opponents gaze upon the board, nodding in solemn but rapturous appreciation of your cutthroat instincts and superior intellect. Or they wonder, why did they let you pick the game tonight? Or why they invite you to game night? Or why they married you? This is a nerdy, opaque butterfly effect game. Possibly the nerdiest, opacest butterfly effectist game in your entire collection. It is about the driest and least interesting topic imaginable. It has a thing called a contract queue, and every investment pays the same thing. $2 of the indicated currency, regardless of the currency's value. Yet somehow some investments are significantly better than others. You can be absolutely vicious to your opponents, but it will almost always be by accident, like a compliment that went horribly wrong and ballooned into an all-night argument that lingers uncomfortably for days and weeks. As an aside, that hits a little close to home. This is a game that feels suspiciously like math. Only it's a math where the values for X are ever shifting, elusive, and transitory. Why on earth did you buy this game? Because all of that sounds like fun to you for some reason. Aside, yeah, it does. And that's okay. It sounds like fun to us too. It always has. Dating back to our very first prototype nearly 7 years ago when this was published. We've always believed in Forex. It hasn't been easy. Publisher after publisher told us the game would never sell. The big guys turned us down. The medium-sized guys turned us down. The little guys turned us down. We even talked to one of those super niche 18xx publishers who felt that there wasn't a market even among their customers. When your stuff is too nerdy, even for train gamers, you got a problem. Sometimes it feels like we were the only people in the world who could possibly be interested in it. That feeling persisted when we started Hollandspiele. And when we started, we had no intention of dusting off this old, weird game of Toms. But then the support of gamers like yourself convinced us we're not alone. That there existed a special, peculiar audience for a special, peculiar game like this one. An audience made up of, wait for it, special, peculiar people. And here you are. You're holding the box in your hands and reading these words. You're interested in this game, not despite its dry, weird nerdiness, but because of it. You bought this game because it's a game for you, and you are who we published it for. You are the reason we publish games in the first place. Thank you so much for being you, and happy gaming from all of us at Hollandspiele. Best, Tom and Mary. And well, for the 75 of y'all at home watching this live, clearly y'all are one of those people as well, or at least you're just curious as hell as to what this is about. It's currency exchange. So there are 7 currencies in the game. The British pound, the euro, the US dollar, the Swiss franc, the Japanese yen, the Canadian loonie, or the Canadian dollar, and the yuan of the Chinese People's Republic of China. Is that? Anyway, this is the current valuation of everything in relation to one another. So as you can see here, 4 yuan can buy you 1 British pound. 2 Canadian dollars can buy you 1 British pound. And 2.5 yuan can buy you 1 Canadian dollar. So this gives you an idea. This is the currency board as you see it. Now everybody starts with 2 currency, or $2, we'll call it, 2 of whatever it is, of each of the various currencies as you can see out here on the board. Then we have a contract queue that will be filled up by these contracts, just like as I described, or as I read in the description. Basically, we're going to be making contracts to say, hey, we're going to give this for this based on the current status of where things are as they go. We're also going to be investing in these various currencies. And then we have off-board a whole bunch of the various currencies. The 1s have 2s on the back, the 3s have 5s on the back, so on and so forth. And then there are a plethora, Hefe, of way too many half, 5, and 10 markers. So we will use these whenever there's a 2.5 or a 10 and we run out of a currency, we'll use those. But that's everything well, I guess not everything. There is a 8-sided die, which I'll be honest, I have no idea where mine went. So this one's from Feast for Odin. All right. So what is it we're trying to do? Well, at the end of the game, we're going to turn all of our personal holdings into whatever the 1 most dominant currency is at the end of the game. And then whoever has the most of that currency wins the game. So we start with $2 or 2 of whatever that currency is. And then from there, we continue, we take turns. But the game ends one of 2 ways. 1, when there's a bankruptcy. How does a player go bankrupt? Whenever they have a contract that comes due and they cannot pay it, they then have to take what's called a loan. So basically it goes back into the queue. If the second time they can't pay it, they go bankrupt. What happens at that point? The game ends immediately. Hard stop, don't do another thing. That player is eliminated, and then we convert based on what it is that I described as far as the highest value currency at the end of the game. However, provided someone does not go bankrupt, there are going to be a number of dividends. There are a 0 dividend, 3 2 dividends, and a fifth and final 3 dividend payout. At the end of that, once that dividend is triggered, we will then resolve the remainder of the contracts, and then we will turn everything into the number 1 currency, and whoever has the most of that currency wins the game. Now, how the hell do we do that? Well, I'm glad you asked. So, we're going to randomize turn order at the beginning of the game. But after that, it will just go clockwise around the table, as you can see here. And on your turn, you may choose to do one of the following 4 things. And in addition to that, you can do one thing called a spot transaction. I'll talk about the spot transaction at the end of this. So option number 1 is invest. All right, so investments. These up here are investment cards or investments. And what you can do on your turn is you may choose to purchase 1 or maximum 2 of those investments. If you choose to do 2, they must be different investments. So for instance, I could choose a Japanese yen and a US dollar, but I could not choose 2 Japanese yen. Now, on a subsequent turn, if I chose 1 Japanese yen and 1 US dollar, on a subsequent turn, if I choose to invest, I can then choose another Japanese yen, even though I already have one, for instance. But when you choose to do so, you pay 2 of whatever that currency is, regardless of the value of it out here on the board. You just pay, say, 2 US dollars and 2 Japanese yen, and those will go back to the bank. And then you're going to grab one of those each and put them in to your tableau. And then what happens is, one at a time, we are now going to adjust the market in relation to what just transpired. So in that example, and for you folks playing tonight, help me remember what I'm moving around here. When you choose to invest, if I invested in a Japanese yen, anything here in the Japanese yen chart will increase in value. So it will do stronger against the Canadian dollar. It will do stronger against the Chinese yuan. It will move 1 space to the right. But then, anywhere else you see a Canadian dollar, in other words, against the Swiss franc, against the US dollar, against the euro, and against the British pound, it will strengthen. But in that regards, it moves the other way. So in that case, then the Japanese yen will move 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and finally 1 there. However, if it was already in the 1 spot, what happens in that case, let's say I invested and it's already here, this will actually flip over, and now even though it's the same value, it is said to be stronger because it's on that line of the dominant currency, meaning dominant between the relation between those 2. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
All right. So that is investing. Any questions on that? No, good, we'll move on. All right. And I'm going to fix that right now, or else I will forget where everything was. There we go, that's investing. The second thing that you can do is divest. It is the exact same thing, but in reverse. So if I had that Japanese yen, and let's say I had 5 of those investments over here, I can divest anywhere from 1 to 5 of any one currency. So let's say I said, you know what, I'm going to divest 3 Japanese yen investments. I will get $2 regardless, or I will get 2 of that currency regardless of the value over here for each of those that I divest. And those divestments go out of the game permanently. So they will move from here into our tableaus when we invest, and then they will divest from here out of the game. So they are a finite number up there as we go along. Not only am I going to get 2 of that currency, but then we're going to move clockwise around the table saying, hey, Alyssa, you have, say, 2 Japanese yen investments. Do you want to divest 0, 1, or 2 of those? And then we will go to Adam, then we will go to Ken if they have any of those Japanese yen investments. Regardless of who says yes or no, they will get the $2 or the 2 of that 2 Japanese yen. And then we will do the exact opposite that we did on the investment board when we invested. We will divest. So everything else will move to the right against the Japanese yen, 1 step per investment that was divested. So if I had 5 and I chose to divest 3 of them, it would move 3 to the right. If I did 3, Alyssa did 1, that would be a total of 4. All of the Japanese yen would weaken against the various currencies. And then when we get to the Japanese line, the yen, we would move it 4 to the left. And again, if it eclipses here, it will flip over and go to that track that it belongs on that mirrors that. Any questions on the divestment?
Nope.
All right. The third option that you can do is make a contract. Now, as you can see, there are 6 different contracts labeled, as you can see, very complexly, whatever, work with it, A through F. When you say you're going to make a contract, it does not matter what you have in front of you. All that matters is you're going to basically make a contract saying, hey, based on the current state of where things are in the currency board, I'm going to commit to pay some amount of this to some amount of that. So, for instance, let's take a look here. Let's say, this will work. Let's say, you guys can't see that, I had 8 yuan here. I say, or maybe I don't. Again, it doesn't matter how much I have here, but let's say I have some investments. I think I'm going to be able to get 8 yuan. So I look at this and I say, well, 8 yuan is worth 2 British pounds. Yeah, that'll work. So I then take from here off board, we're going to take 5, we're going to take 8. So I'm committing 8 yuan, and that's going to get me, because it's 4 yuan per 1 British pound. So if I'm committing 8, that's going to be 2 British pounds right there. So, like so. So I have made a contract saying when this resolves, I am going to have to pay that, I get that. Okay, so then what happens is there are 3 of these markers. I get the A to show that I have the A contract, and then we are going to put this A out here in the contract queue, like so. So now A has a contract. On a subsequent turn, everybody has a choice of 4 actions. Somebody else can say, hey, I want to make an investment, and they're going to do the same thing for B. They'll take B, so on and so forth. That's pretty much making a contract. It's just saying, hey, I'm committed to paying this, and then I will get that. Any questions on making a contract?
Nope.
All right. The fourth and final thing you can do on your turn is resolve a contract. How does that work? Well, we take a look at the contract queue. You always can resolve the top thing in the contract queue. So at the beginning of the game, it's a dividend. In other words, it's just a plug. It does literally nothing. All that's going to happen is we are going to take the top of the dividends, throw it out of the game, tear it up, do whatever you want with it, and then at that point, the dividends will move to the bottom of the queue. Bottom of the queue happens to be right here, and then the A contract will be ready to resolve. Now, even though I'm the one who has the A contract, any one of the 4 players on their turn can choose any 4 actions. Invest, divest, create a contract if there is a contract available, or resolve the top contract. So even though that is my contract, anybody can resolve it. So maybe on Adam's turn, for one reason or another, Adam says, you know what? I'm going to resolve the A contract as my action. Okay, cool. So what happens? This A contract is going to go back here, and then whoever has the A is on the hook to pay that 8 yuan. But let's say, for whatever reason, things didn't quite work out how I planned on it. I only have 7 yuan, or I have 6, or I have 0. It doesn't matter. I.e., I do not have enough yuan. If I did have enough yuan, cool. Guess what? I owe this to the bank. This 8 will go away, and hey, I just made that. And hopefully it's worth a better exchange rate, and theoretically, I made some money. But if that didn't happen, what then? Well, if I don't have the money in which to be able to pay what I committed to, so again, maybe I only had 2 yuan. Well, at that point, we're going to then add 1 more to it, and now I owe 9. That 2, I still get it. So yay, that's awesome. But that A contract is still going to be out here and goes to the bottom of the queue, because now that's basically interest on the loan. So when these resolve again and these conveyor up, when the A triggers, I better have 9 yuan now. I don't get anything for it. But if I don't have the 9, game over. I'm out of the game. The other 3, based on whatever the best currency is, churns everything in based on the exchange rate, and they hopefully one of them will win the game. I can't because I've gone bankrupt. That is resolving contracts. Any question on that?
Nope.
All right. The last thing that we can talk about that you can do on a given turn, and you can always do this in addition to the 4 actions that you have at your disposal on your turn, and that is what's called a spot transaction. A spot transaction says, well, there is X, Y, or Z that I have that I have. Let me look on the board. Give me 1 second. Here's a good example. I have, in theory, 2 yuan, right? And let's say I really want to be able to make a contract for 1 Canadian dollar. Well, it's currently trading at 2.5 yuan. So I might say, hey, I will give somebody 1 of something, and they will give me 1 of some amount of whatever that translates into. It is a one-time deal. It's just a whatever the current market is. That way, maybe I can go ahead and take that action. And if not, then if players choose not to do so, they choose not to do so. That is only between players. It is not between you and the bank. You may do that each and every turn if you find a willing taker for that. And other than that, we start out by removing some of the investments or random investments at the beginning of the game, and we continue until one of the in-game trigger. Whoever has the most valuable portfolio at the end wins. Now, how do we talk about that? There is going to be a tiebreaker for number of chits. If whatever single currency has the most number of chits on its line, i.e. it is the strongest currency at the end of the game, everything else will get turned into whatever that currency is based on the current rate. If you don't have whatever that number is, then it's just thrown away. If there is a tie, we go top to bottom between those tied currencies. That's pretty much it. The only other thing I need to talk about is dividends. Whenever a 2 or a 3 dividend comes calling, for every one of the investments out here, you will get either 2 or 3 units of money for whatever the investment is that you have in front of you. Unless it is over here in any of these shaded 8 value boxes. If it's over there, it does not pay dividends for any player. Once the last dividend marker is triggered, in other words, somebody resolves that, we then will resolve the entire line of contracts, and that then read them and wait and figure out, translate everything into the most valuable currency, and that's the end of the game. There is an edge case in which, as you're resolving contracts, somebody might go bankrupt because they have a loan out here and they can't pay it. If that's the case, the game stops immediately. You don't resolve any more contracts and then convert, and whoever has the most wins, except for the player that went bankrupt, they are completely out of the game. I think that covered it. Any questions?
Nope.
Nope.
Did I miss anything?
No, I think I got everything.
All right, cool. Let's play. Good deal. All right. If that doesn't sound riveting, I don't know what does. And seriously, this is the type of game that you're not going to hear about on many other platforms out there. So, yeah, this is kind of the type of game that Heavy Cardboard was born to do. So, thanks to Tom and Mary over at Hollandspiele for making this game. It's my copy. I bought this a long, long time ago, and I'm excited to finally bring it to y'all. The last thing that I will say before we get started, at about, I don't know, halfway, maybe 3/4 of the way through this game, there's a good chance that somebody basically is doing this for the remainder of their turns. They're resolving contracts, which is not the most engaging part of the game. There are variants out there that players can play if they want. but we thought it would be best to show the game as intended and let the viewers make any decisions about whether or not they want to play any variants, so on and so forth. There you go. Cool. Any questions? I know y'all know the game, but all right, here we go. So I'm going to re-roll on any 8s, 1 through 7, and we're going to remove 6 of these. So somebody just mark down what we do, and I'll just take them out all at once. So here we go. So the first one is 8. Yuan is removed. Second one is a 5. A yen is removed. Third one, another yen. That's 3. And then a Canadian dollar gets removed. That's 4. Another yuan gets removed. That's 5. And one final one is a euro. All right. So it's a euro, I know. It's 2 yen.
Did you get 2 8s or 2 7s? Because 8s are rerolls.
Oh, shoot. I got 2 8s. You're right.
Right.
So hold on. Hold on. We got a Canadian. So there's 4. We need 2 more. Good call. Yeah. I was thinking 8. A 2, so another euro, and nope, we're only gonna, and another 2. Tom, since I see you're in chat, question for you. Are you limited to removing a maximum of 2 per any one investment, or can you do multiple of them? So what was it was a euro, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So the question is,
2 more euro.
That's 5 here. So this is what we've removed for sure.
And
either
euro.
we're going to remove a 3rd euro or another, well, a 3rd euro or a Swedish franc. And I don't think it's limited. I don't
think it is either. I checked the rules after we played this afternoon, so.
All right, so there we go. So 3 euros, 2 yen, and a Canadian dollar removed from the game. So the die has done its job. It's out of the game. There. All right. So, randomized turn order. So, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not me. Because now I have to make a decision with no. In Raw, you're shuffling and removing. So yeah, there's no changes on that. So what does that mean? There are only 5 euros. There are only 6 yen, and there are 7 Canadian dollars. I have no idea what to do first. I wasn't prepared to go first. So place your bets on who you think, and over/under on Glory to Rome's. We had a lot of cussing that went on in our last play. Ken's here, Alyssa's here. See, Adam's a nice guy, though. 5.5. 5.5. We're going to set the over/under. Here we go. By the way, did I reset everything correctly over here?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Okay.
You would see writing on it if you didn't.
Yeah, all the writing's hidden. So, yeah, I guess fair point. So 2, 2. Let me just make sure. 2, 2, 3, 1, 1. Yeah. Okay, we're good. Do I make a contract? I know there are some not scripted, but typical openings, but
Well, in our previous game, Alyssa proved you don't have to use a typical opening and do well. So
that is true. I think I will. Do I start with a contract? Do I start with investing? I think I will start with a contract based on everything that's been removed, right? So I feel like the euro is going to be pretty stable. I think that the yuan is going to go up. So therefore, I will go ahead and say, I will, no. I want yuan. So if I want yuan, I will say, let's go ahead and start it out. I will go ahead and make a contract. So I'm going to there, and I'm going to put out to say that I'm going to get 8 yuan there. So contract A is done. That comes over into my tableau. I'm committed to spending 2 British pounds, which I have, and I will get 8 yuan. Now, even if this moves around, I'm still going to get 8 yuan. So there we go. Done. Alyssa, you're up.
All right. I will start with investing then.
All right.
And I will invest in the pound and the Japanese yen.
All right. Pound and the yen. All right. So these two. So you owe $2 a piece for these. The yen, it looks all nice and pretty. It's going to be a disaster by the time it's all said and done. So there. So your investments now, and I will go ahead and kind of limit or put those. So your investments, Alyssa, are going to be here. Adam, yours are going to be up here. Okay? So help me remember that. All right. So there. So now invested in the British pound. So everything's going to move right that's on the British pound marker, so or on the track. So there, there, and there. And if there were any British pound markers, they would move to the left, but there are not. Then the Japanese one. The Japanese, everything on Japan, on the yen, will move to the right. Then everything else will strengthen for the yen and will move to the left. So technically, because this and this was a wash, I didn't need to move that. But let's be honest, we're going to forget, oh, did we move it? And it's just better to move it twice, in my experience. Adam, you're up.
I will absolutely take advantage of that, and I will create a B contract for 2 British pounds to 10 yuan.
All right, so there, B is going to be there, and you said 2 yuan.
2 pounds.
2 pounds for 10. Why? Because the exchange rate just got better.
Yep.
So, and I'm just going to, I'll start introducing you all to the markers right there. So that is a 5 plus 5. So that is 10. Why? Because there's only a certain amount of these, and just good habit to get into. Done. And obviously anybody can spot trade before, after, et cetera, et cetera. Usually you're going to spot trade before, but Ken, world's your oyster.
Yeah, sure. Anybody want to, go sell me a pound so I can go for 15 yuan?
Let me think about it. No.
Okay.
Okay.
Just curious. It's really hard not to play follow the leader, because I think the only person at the table who is interested in strengthening the pound relative to the yuan further would be Alyssa, and she doesn't have any pounds to invest in the pound with. So I feel like I have to jump on this and go ahead and create contract C for 2 pounds and 10 yuan.
You sheeple.
I mean,
C. And wow, this game is already playing out completely differently than the last one. So 2 for 10. I'm doing the same thing. Wow. Okay. So back to me. I could create another contract. I can invest. I can go and start the resolving, but I think maybe another contract. So I'm going to have 8 yuan. So what do I want to do with that 8 plus the 2 I have here, which would be 10 yuan? And I'm pretty sure that 10 resolves really nicely into, say, 4 Canadian dollars. It does. But, yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and do that. So I will commit. I will go ahead and do contract delta there. And I will commit to 10 yuan. So again, there's 5 and 5. Just trying to conserve. A little gun shy after the bloodbath that was the last game and the I've never seen what happened. We had everything worth nothing, basically, except for, what was it, the Swiss franc? And the
USD.
US dollar was the strongest, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that'll
everything
be
else is basically bottomed out. Yep.
yeah. So that'll be 4 Canadian dollars. Done. Okay, so Billy Mustache corrects me, says a spot transaction only take place before a turn, because to be honest with you, you're only doing so to be able to take that action, so that makes sense. Yeah. Lisa?
Yep. I'm going to invest, and I'll I'm sorry. I will make a contract. I will sell €2 for 3 Canadian dollars.
Done. And to be clear, €2, that's 1.5 Canadian, so that gets you 3. There you go. Adam.
I am going to do something, and I hope Ken follows this. I am going to invest in the yuan
Oh,
so
the
that we
yuan.
can get some good trades with it. And I'll go with the Swiss franc and the yuan.
So how much of what? Oh, you're investing, you
Investing.
said. I'm sorry. The Swiss franc and the yuan. All right. There we go. All right. So that'll be the Swiss franc and the yuan. All right. So we'll start with the Swiss franc. Everything on the Swiss franc moves to the right. Everything else where there's a Swiss franc moves to the left. So left means comes back down here, comes back down here, and right there. And then the yuan moves to the right, done. Left. Hey, getting stronger.
All right.
All right. Ken.
So I like where your head's at, Adam, but I also feel like I have a little time to make that investment. So I might as well take this opportunity to get in there and jump on that last
Contract.
Contract. Yeah. So
You know what? We got all this room down here. There. There we go.
let's see.
And if that's the case,
Yeah.
make it easier on my back. I think it's pretty clear there's a dividing line there between the two of y'all.
Nobody
That works.
owns anything Canadian.
A. You were required to say A after that.
So I guess I'll go 2 USD for 3 Canadian.
$2 trading
Yep.
at 1.5 Canadian, so it sounds like 3 there. That'll be there, and we are done making any more contracts until they start resolving. Just saving a little room. All right. Well, so now that's 3 options we have because we cannot do that. I cannot divest. I've not invested. So I have 2 options. I either invest or I resolve. And I think investing sounds good. I still have all of my currency. I've seen things move around a bit. I have a contract that helps out yuan, or that obviously I want to pump up the value of yuan, even though I'm then going to sell the yuan to then get Canadian. So maybe that tells me right there, I kind of like that idea. So how about I take the Canadian for sure, but now need to be careful here. And why I say I have to be careful is we'll start with the Canadian. So that's going to be $2. And let's see. I'll have my contracts like this. That'll work. Now, if I were to do the yuan, that's great, right? However, wait a minute. A is going to resolve first. So actually, I'm safe. Am I? No, I'm not necessarily. Yeah, I am. I could then dump it. I could. Yeah.
I mean,
it
I
is.
suppose it would just be cutting off the nose despite the face to try to do anything to damage that currency.
Yeah, but you've also already sold your yuan, so strengthening or weakening it doesn't really matter to you.
That's true. That's a fair point, because I've already got a contract to sell it. That's a fair point. So, what else do I want to get involved in, I guess? So what we're looking around here as far as so no investments up here with Ken.
Also, remember the disparate quantities that are left.
That is a fact. So why not go ahead and invest in I could make a case the dollar, because none of those have been used. The euro, it's the rarest of the bunch. You know what? Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and try. Let's go ahead and invest in the euro as well. So the euro will then get paid. And that will go there. So we'll start with the euro one. The euro, everything to the euro moves to the right. And everything else moves to the left. There and there. Okay, that's done. And then the Canadian dollar, A, moves to the right, left, left, left. And it does not matter top or bottom, left and left. Done. Melissa, you're up.
All right. I am going to resolve the dividend.
Okay, so, hey, dividends! Get nothing. Done. Okay.
Well, hold on, because we still are going to strengthen the currency with the most.
That is true. Give me a second. I'm getting there.
Yep.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Oh no, it's a 6-way tie.
Okay, so everything moves up now.
And this is your fault. You should have followed and invested in the yuan.
I still can. It's not gonna. It's only gonna.
It's too late for this time.
So now we look at what
I guess.
currency has the most chits on it. There are 6 for the pound.
No,
5.
most certs sold.
Say again?
Most certs in players' hands.
I apologize. You're right.
Yeah.
I got confused. So most certs, it's a 6-way tie. So in that case, it's the top one, correct?
No,
No,
it's
I
the
get to
player's
choose.
decision.
Or that. Okay.
Which is why I triggered it.
Okay, fair.
So we will strengthen the British pound.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Which effectively works the same, but yes. All right, so
It does, but
what happens then is basically like an invest. Everything moves to the right. Done. So that's the resolution for every time we resolve a dividends, other than normally people would get paid now going forward. So, okay.
All right.
Adam.
I am going to invest in the US dollar and the euro.
All right, so the US dollar and the euro. We will resolve you of or relieve you of those. So the euro, everything moves to the right. And euro moves back to the left. Done. And the US dollar, everything moves to the right. And then starting at the top, back, back, and back. Done. Ken.
I am going to invest in the Canadian dollar and the yuan.
All right. So let's see. I'm just going to, because these are in that order, space is a little bit at a premium right now. So the yuan and the Canadian dollar there. So we will start with the Canadian dollar. Right, left. For the record, I support these moves. And the yuan, move to the right, done. And the Chinese economy celebrates. All right, back to me. I could resolve A. No, that doesn't make sense. I do like the idea of being able to get into the dollar. Nobody is in. Oh, no. Alyssa's in with the yen right now. I would like to invest in the Canadian dollar again. I cannot because I do not have Canadian money. However,
Only you could do a spot transaction.
yeah, and that's exactly what I'm looking at. But I need 2 Canadian, and you know what?
I'll give you 2 Canadian for a British pound.
That's kind of what I'm thinking about. All right, let's do it. So spot trade. So 1 British pound I will give up, and you get a British pound. So done. And then the other way, I get the 2 Canadian, which I them now am going to invest. I will invest in the Canadian and I think the dollar. All right, so the dollar and another Canadian, okay? All right, so we'll start with the dollar. Everything moves to the right. And for the Canadian, everything moves to the right and to the left. Done. Alyssa.
I will invest in the Swiss franc and the Canadian.
Swiss franc and the Canadian. All right, so we have a Swiss franc and a Canadian. Okay. All right, so we'll start with the Swiss franc. And the strength of all of those and the Swiss franc, so that comes back here. And then the Canadian. Everything moves to the right on the Canadian. And just like that, the Canadian dollar
looking tough
is looking awfully
right
strong right now. It's early. Okay. All right. So that's Adam, right?
I will resolve contract A.
All right. Contract A. So we pull the plug. Do you want to explain for the folks at home why you're resolving it?
I do. If I invest, I can only safely invest in the Japanese yen, and I would like to invest in 2 currencies if I could. And if I did that, I would not have enough for my B contract, which would put me in a loan situation, and I'd like to avoid that.
Right. Makes sense. All right. So the A contract's resolving. I owe. Oh God. How did I not see this?
I'm sure it'll be fine, Edward.
Oh, did someone do a spot transaction?
See, that's totally not fair. How did I not? Peanut Gallery, where are you helping me out? I hate you so bad right now. Didn't even because I.
Don't worry. It's not like it's the first contract of the game or anything.
And I fell for it. I feel like I. So I owe 2 British pounds because I spot traded like a moron. Glory to Rome. 1 to you, Adam, for taking advantage of me having a lot on my plate running the stream. Shame on you. And glory to Rome to me for not catching it. Oops. Yeah. All right.
Still feeling good about that 5.5?
I like the over. So I get this. So we're now at 5 or at 10. Yuan. I'm so bitter right now. And we add 1 more pound sterling. So we'll just do so. And I keep my A. Yay. And the A will then go to the bottom. And I have to resolve it or the game ends prematurely. That probably won't happen. So, in other words, here's what's going to happen. Gonna go ahead and put that right there as a reminder to myself. Alyssa, you're up.
No, that was Adam.
Oh,
So Ken's here.
whatever.
I'm contracts C and F. Right?
Correct.
Okay. So I got to hang on to pounds. I got to hang on
I bet
to
you will.
US dollars. But I could invest in the yen and euro, or the yen and the franc. And given the scarcity of the euro, I'd say let's go ahead and do yen and euro.
All right, the yen and the euro. Oh. So the euro and the yen. All right, so we'll start with the euro. And then the yen. Done. My turn. Don't touch these. So I need British pounds, clearly. Now, I have a little while, and by a little while I mean I have a long while until that comes due. But I am wanting to look at that. So what I'm thinking about doing is investing in strengthening stuff that it will make that doable, hopefully, as we go along. So I'm thinking the yen and the Swiss franc. I can always liquidate. Yeah, I'm good with that. So I'm going to invest both of those. So the yen and the Swiss franc. So the Swiss franc, right? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm doing right. I'm thinking of the wrong one. Sorry. There and there. And then the yen. There we go. That's different. Okay, Alyssa, you're up. I have faith, Alyssa. I have faith. No, I have faith. You're not wrong, Tom, but might be a short stream.
I think I.
Can't believe I fell for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna invest euro and USD.
All right.
Oh, wait, no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Just kidding.
No, I'm not.
Psst. See, I would be nice enough to point that out.
I mean,
I didn't even
the
notice
investment
that you
you
had
really
done
want
that
is you
until-
want anyway. So
Say
I
again?
honestly didn't know. I would have said something, but I didn't notice it until he went to fire off A, and I was like, "Oh no!"
Exactly, and Kurt brings up a good point. Any player that doesn't think they're going to win, if I go bankrupt,
right.
is in a position to want to help me to keep from going bankrupt. Then.
Right. The problem is I can't sell you pounds until the dividend triggers, and then there's not a whole lot of room between the dividend triggering and somebody spot trade, and then somebody triggering your loan.
Understood? I mean, but that's why, and so to be clear, what I'm trying to do now is, if you look at this, I'm invested in the yen, the Swiss franc, the euro, the Canadian, and the US dollar. So everything that is there on a one-to-one basis is a good thing for me. So if any of those increase in value, they decrease against they're stronger against the British pound, which then I can divest if need be, and then be able to spot trade. That's my thought process.
Right.
Look, I'm in the hole to begin with because I wasn't thinking, but tis
I
what
think I'm
it
going to
is.
fire off B.
Say again?
I'll fire off B.
All right, so
Don't say anything better right now.
All right, so B and B. So you owe 2 British pounds. Oh, I'm shocked you have it. Oh, you have a spare? All right, so B is firing, so that has been paid. So it's going to be 10 yuan. So you know what? We got enough for right now. And by the way, something that I don't remember who pointed this out, but if you count the number of bands on the money, that also tells you, if you don't see the number, how much cash that is. So that is the B contract. So now the B contract is available to have a new contract put out there. Ken, it is your sorry.
It's Adam.
It's Adam. You guys help. Yeah, you know what? This is going to be, don't touch those. And here, I'll do this. Even though y'all are keeping track of it, but there you go.
I know you just said, like, don't touch those, but I will do a spot transaction of British pound for 4 yuan.
Funny man.
I mean, you'll take another loan, but it'll get you closer to fulfilling that first loan.
Adam, it's your turn.
I will create a B contract. I will do, oh, wow, the yuan is almost even across the board. That is terrible. So I will have 2 of all of those because of the dividends.
And hey, if the stream ends early, that just means we got to run it back at some time in the near future with Forex. So I'm just saying.
Yep.
And Ben says, would love to keep the Hollandspiele streams rolling with dual gauge sometime. Here would be my advice, Ben. Watch the weekly look ahead tomorrow.
He's going to be pleasantly surprised, or maybe not so surprised at this point.
Hashtag terrible foreshadowing. Adam's not invited to that stream.
Oh.
I would say I'm not bitter, but yeah,
A little bitter.
Yeah, enjoy your one stream.
I mean,
Adam.
don't worry too much, Adam. He still invites Ken.
It's true. That's right.
All right. So, still looking at British pound being the dominant currency, and it's all 1-to-1. I'll just make a contract for 2 yen to 2 British pounds.
I'll fix that in a minute. So once I move that, that means go ahead, take your turn. So go for it.
All right. Well, I don't think there's much that's very exciting for me to do other than firing contract C. So I think I'll go ahead and do that.
All right, fire in C. So C comes up. Oh, you have your 2 British pounds. Oh, must be nice.
do.
I wouldn't know what that's like. Okay. So the 2 here, the 2 goes away. You get your 10. And Charlie is available. Now, even though you might not quite grasp the long-term implications of things, for those at home, is this making sense at least? All right, so contracts, right? So what do we, let's see, A resolves around, then B. How do I get British pounds? I'm in a world of hurt right now. I'm trying to figure out a way that I'm going to get it. The only way that can happen, as I see it right now, the only way is if Alyssa works with me. And what I mean by that is dividends are going to get paid. So Alyssa's going to get 2 British pounds when that fires. That then what has to happen before somebody chooses this is I have to do a spot trade for those 2 British pounds for whatever the equivalent is.
Right, but you can only do 1 at a time.
That is a fact. That makes it difficult. Hold on, no, because it's getting one of the stronger. So yeah, it's only 1 at a time.
Yeah, I mean, unless you strengthen something, but you don't have anything to strengthen with. So
Yeah, figure out a way to crash the pound against something else until it's at 2-to-1, basically.
Oh boy.
I mean, if you fire off D, you're going to get some Canadian dollars that you can play with.
I know, that's kind of what I'm leaning towards because I can't see anything better to do right now. So I will go ahead and fire off D. So I owe 10 yuan, which, okay, done. And that gives me the 4 Canadian. Done. Alyssa, you're up.
it. So I will make a contract. I guess it's C.
Mm-hmm. So I guess technically it would be in that order.
Yeah. What do I want to do here? Sold my euro already. I will sell 5 Canadian dollars for 5 Swiss franc.
You go.
All right.
I am going to say, in my defense, the one time I'm going to whine about it, it's just a lot on my plate. If I didn't have to stream, that would have never happened. I hope you're proud of yourself, Adam.
All right. I don't really have enough.
My heart bleeds for you.
Create a good contract. I don't have enough to invest, unless I just want to invest in the yuan. Or I could do a spot transaction. There's nothing that would get me enough to do 2 invests. So
I'm just saying, if you want, I'm willing to take that British pound off your hand if you would like. For a Canadian. I know it doesn't help you. I'm just offering. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, God, yeah. If it was 1 to 2, it would work out well. But yeah.
All right. I'd float it out there. And the reason, while you're thinking, continue your thinking, Adam. So what Adam's struggling with is he has the yuan, so he could theoretically throw out something for the yuan for that. But he only has 1 British pound. He is going to resolve Bravo, but Bravo is going to be a while, and that will get him more British pounds. And the yen he could do, but the problem is the yen he needs for that. So, and he's not invested, so he can't really put the yen up for a contract.
I can put the yen up for a contract because dividends will pay before that contract comes due.
Sure, but you still don't have any yen.
But I will, because the dividends will pay.
Oh, fair. If you invest it, not if you put up a contract for it.
Right. So I'm going to invest in the yen and the yuan.
Okay. Yeah, investing, yes, that makes sense. All right, so that, and that'll be 2 yuan. So you're down to 8. All right, so we'll start with the yuan. So back. And then the yen. And as I pointed out earlier, the British pound and the yen, they were already at 1, but it's basically which has the tiebreaker between the 2 of them for which is the strongest currency in that regard. But they're still at 1, whether it's here or there. All right, Ken.
Oh my gosh. I would really like to go with the contract, but I think I have to invest because that yuan is too sweet right now. Got to get in on that. Which leads me to the.
Let's make it the dominant currency.
Yeah, I'm sure. Surely it'll get there and stay there. That's what always happens.
It's possible for that to happen, but
So I don't love the idea of pumping up the franc, but
The
I think
Canadian dollar would be great.
yeah, if I had any, I promise I would.
Oh, you.
Do you want to? I suppose I could spot transact before. Oh, but can it only be 1 for 1? I couldn't trade 2 for 2.
You would trade one of a currency and get the related value.
Okay, so yeah, so it wouldn't be enough to invest.
Yeah, so it doesn't help you.
Yeah.
You have to have 1 Canadian dollar for that to help.
Yeah, so among my options, I think investing in francs is better than just going with yuan. So that's what I'll do.
So both of those here?
Yep.
Oh, I can't believe I got myself into this. All right, so we'll do the yuan first. Done. And then the franc. So if you look, currently, right now, in our world here, the Swiss franc is the most dominant currency, is the strongest currency in the world. All right. I'm the only one with Canadian dollars right now. However, Alyssa could. Yeah, I think we're going to have to go strong on it. So I'm going, but I only invest in one. Oh, son of a. But you know what? I'm actually going to. I'm scared to make contracts right now.
You want to do a spot transaction? Canadian dollar for British pound?
Okay.
All right.
That's his guilt kicking in, is what that is.
How many Canadian do you have, Edward? Do you have like 6?
I have 3 left now. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah,
I had 4. I apologize. Okay. I had 4.
That's all good. Could not see.
Okay, that relieves a whole lot of pressure right now. So now it makes sense to invest in the British pound. Does it? Careful.
It'll save you. Well, it'll help.
That would give me 2.
It only saves him if somebody doesn't trigger the loan before he can divest.
Yes.
So the timing of it, so it's all a matter of timing wise, but either way, I'm either going to have to divest or I'm going to have to do a spot trade with Alyssa is how this comes down. So Alyssa, is that something that you would be interested?
Yeah, I'll spot. I do not think I'm in a winning position, so if we get the chance, I'll spot trade with you.
Okay.
The problem is that
understood. Then here
is that depending on how that timing goes.
Oh, I look. I hear you. I hear you. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and trigger E. Because basically how I see this is I don't think Ken thinks he's going to win. So even if both of these were to trigger, it would come back to me before A and I would be able to spot trade. So that was my thought process. I'm pulling that trigger while I'm still in control of that timing.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
So at least that was the theory. So the €2, you get the 3 Canadian. And the other thing that I was thinking about here was, now that we both have some Canadian, I'm thinking spot trading depending on, to give a little bit of
well, my option. Canadian are committed.
Huh?
My Canadian are committed on C.
They are, fact. I overlooked that, but that was the thought process anyways. So I am done. I resolved. Echo. Alyssa, you're up. And divesting only gets you, it does manipulate currencies, but the problem is I don't have any British pounds. So no, that doesn't really help me right off. Can't believe I made that mistake. I'm so angry at myself.
Right. You know what? I need to keep this game going because I am not in the winning position. So I am going to divest British pounds.
All right. So we have our first divestment. So that's getting divested. So that's going to give you 2 British pounds first and foremost. Then we go around the table. If there were any here, any here, any here, in that order, could also divest. But as it is, we're not. So first things first is everything here moves to the right for where the British pound is, and then everything here moves to the left. So the euro, this is the weakest I think we've ever seen it this early, the Canadian and the US dollar. And now this out of the game permanently. All right.
Right. And now this way we can spot trade
Yep.
no matter what.
All right.
Right, because
Thank you.
even if we chose to fire both of those,
Exactly.
Yep.
Then I'm
Yep.
still, then honestly, I could spot trade and then fire A and get rid of it. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm not
Right.
worried about it. So thank you, Alyssa, for that. Cheers to you. All right. Adam, you're up.
I am going to create contract D. Gonna trade in. Let's see. I've got 8, and I'm gonna get 4 from the dividends. So I'll have 12. So I will commit 12 yuan to get. Let's go with US dollars. 2.5. So that's
So
4.
2.5. Yeah. 5.
You can do 10 for 4.
No, 4.
I can do 10 for 4. Yeah.
And that's it. Just 10 for 4, not 12.
Yeah, just 10 for 4.
Yep.
If I went for yen or euro, I could do 12 for 4, but this is better.
There we go. Done. Yeah, Brexit's hitting hard this game. That's exactly it. That's funny.
Adam, I really don't like that move.
Oh no!
I thought we were teaming up to take the yuan to the top. What happened?
We are. I can still invest, and I plan to. It's got to come back around.
Yeah, I really don't. That makes me nervous.
That seems unlikely.
Just gonna say it makes me nervous.
Hey, I couldn't commit all 12, so I have 2 left over, so I can invest.
And Paul, it would. Investing, keep going. I feel like we explained that already, but go ahead.
So, I think I will make a contract as well. What is even with Canadian dollars right now? Euros, yen. So I'll sell. I'll sell 2 yen for 2 Canadian dollars.
They're really even?
Well, that's where it is right now.
No, it's not. It's
No,
2.5.
it's not. It's
Oh,
2.
damn it.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
It's 3.
No, I'm not selling yuan. I'm selling yen, Japanese
yen.
yen.
I apologize. I heard you and I looked at the Y.
Yeah, that's
So-
You're
actually
right.
1.5.
It's not actually even there either, is it?
No, it's 1.5.
not. It is
It'd be 2 to 3.
1.5.
You know what? Even better. I'll do that.
What?
2 yen for 3 Canadian dollars.
You're selling the Canadian?
I'm
He's
selling the
yen
yen.
to get Canadian.
Okay.
So 2 yen for 3 Canadian, because the yen is stronger than the Canadian, so it's 1.5 Canadian per yen. So there you go. There's the. Okay. So that's the way to think about it, is whatever the line it's on is the stronger currency, right? Okay.
Right.
Well, now at least they can breathe. Don't touch it. Stop looking at it. Alyssa, would you be interested in a Canadian dollar for 1 British pound sterling?
Sure.
All right. So that will become a 2. That will become a 3. This will become a 1, and that will become a 4. Thank you. Yep, wrong one. There we go.
Yep.
All right. I am out of jail. Stop looking at that. There we go. All right.
Just like this.
So, my turn. All right. So what do I want to do? I can't really invest yet because I don't want to do a single. Dividends are about to pay, though. Is it better than firing the contract? Firing F for me? I think it actually might be. I don't want to divest and tank any of these right before dividends. I don't think so. So you know what? It's not often you're going to see this, but I'm going to go ahead and invest a single time because I'm not touching that. So that'll be 1 Canadian. Okay. And all right, here we go.
I'll invest Canadian into USD.
Okay, so sorry, investing. Sorry,
Canadian into USD.
Canadian and AU. I heard into. I was like, wait, what? Okay.
Sorry.
And the problem with me investing these British pounds would be I have to take the action to divest them. So I would get. I guess I could have, couldn't I?
Yeah, when the dividends pay it out, you're going to get it right back.
All right, a moment. Let me back that up. You're right.
Yep.
Yeah, I forgot that because I'm going to get the dividend. You're right. That's a no-brainer then. So a moment, because that triggers before that. So let me fix that. I apologize. So
You
there.
can just do the pound now, right?
Huh? That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Now your turn. So these two. I apologize about the one little tiny mulligan there.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, there and
I think you were owed.
fair. All right, so the dollar. Wow, the dollar is weak right now, isn't it? Holy cow! I just realized that. So there. Just put that right there.
This is like the exact opposite of our game this afternoon, where everything was like completely valueless. Everything's 1 for 1.
Yeah, this is crazy. So it just shows how different a game can, and everything's in the same order, like the players. So then the Canadian goes.
Canadian's the strongest currency.
Yep.
Eh?
Oy,
All
oy,
right,
oy.
so done.
Whew. Wow.
You get it 3, Tom.
want to invest, but I can only invest because if I fire the contract, it doesn't help me much.
While you're thinking, continue.
I think I am going to
Cheers,
do
Paul.
one of those.
Thank you.
Cheers, Paul.
Thank you.
Appreciate the support. All right.
I'm just going to do a single investment into the yuan.
All right. So that'll drop that to 6. So a moment. So there, a yuan, and going heavy into it, aren't you?
I have faith.
Move everything to the right, left, left. This is about the strongest that, I'm not going to say that I've ever seen, but the strongest collectively, I would say, that I've seen the yuan.
So if I invest, I can only invest in yuan.
And
the 2 US dollars are committed in a pre-dividend situation.
I mean, you totally could do it, Ken.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
think
sure
of
I
the
can
board
pull it
state.
off, right? I'm sure there'd be just as much mercy for me as there was for Edward, I'm sure. Yeah. Or not.
But hey, think of it this way.
As long
At
if I
least
wasn't winning,
showed-
I would totally help you out.
I made sure that all of you were watching your P's and Q's now on what not to do with that regard to
That's
that.
right.
So see, I was a team player.
So I think investing in yuan is slightly better than firing the next contract for me. So that is what I'm going to do.
And wow, both of you were joined at the hip on the yuan.
Until we're not.
Yeah, I'm just
Well,
saying.
the other interesting thing is when we do dividends, we have to look at what is most held by players, and yuan is right up there.
I think it's yuan and Canadian dollar are tied right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would come down to who fires it.
All right. Well, let's see. I cannot invest. I could divest. I'm not. I don't think I am, anyways. I could fire a contract, and obviously can't make a contract. So, do I want to divest anything? Hey, Alyssa.
Yeah.
The answer is no, I think. Hold on. You're not going to. Well, you might. Hold on. That would give you 3. No, you're not going to invest in the Canadian. Never mind.
I mean, it depends on what you do here. You fire F, I'll fire dividends so we can strengthen the Canadian dollar again.
Would you choose the Canadian?
Oh, absolutely.
Why wouldn't she? She's not in.
She's got
Yuan
Canadian.
at all.
She has
Oh,
no
yeah,
yuan.
yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, I would choose something else if I could, but I'd rather it be Canadian than yuan.
I would
Fair.
love to see the yuan actually get strong.
Me too.
The other thing we could do here, Edward,
Yeah.
is put the screws to Ken and just divest all the Canadian dollars because he's got 6 coming in and not sold any of them yet.
That's true.
That is true.
So, I mean, it's sort of a which way do we want to play the Canadian dollar here?
Honestly, I think I would rather pump it. So if you're willing to trigger, I'll pull the plug on F.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. All right. So I will.
Ooh.
All right. So F trigger. So you owed the $2. You got it. Done there. And you get the 3 Canadian A. All right. And F is done. And Alyssa, you're up.
All right, so we'll fire dividends.
All right, dividends. All right, so we will do this starting with the first player as soon as I'm done with a little screen maintenance here. All right, so now you get $2 for each of your investment, 2 of whatever the currency is. So it's going to be 2 yen, it's going to be 2 US, it's going to be 4, which puts it at 6 Canadian, and 2 here. So that'll be 6 Canadian all day. Then you get 2 for the Japanese yen, and we're going to separate those since those are kind of colored similar. And then 2 US and 2 there.
I'll be right back. Obviously, I choose Canadian dollar for the strengthening.
Roger that. So then we have 6 yuan. 6 and 6 is 12. There. 2 US dollars and 2 euros. All right. So the 12, we'll flip that over, and poof, all of a sudden that becomes a plethora, F-A, of yuan. And then 2 of everything else. So, a moment. Can you see those okay?
Yeah, maybe move the D and B above my screen.
The what?
So they're not
Help me
next
out?
to the contract queue.
Oh, okay. Yeah, gotcha. There you go. All right, cool. So, Ken, you're looking at, let's see, that is 2, 6. That makes it 11. No, 6 and 6 is 12. There. 2 Canadian, 2 yen, and 2 euro. So that is 6, that's 11. 5 Canadian. 2, 2, and 2. That work for you, Ken?
2,
Nah,
2,
hold on.
and 2. Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, it's just hard to tell the
How's
yen
that?
from the Canadian. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, then for me, we're looking at 2 US dollars. That looks like 6 Canadian, eh? All right, so where can I go? We can go here. 2 US, there, 2 euro, 2 yen, 2 Swiss, and a glorious. Ooh, just put that there. There we go. All right, then we look at what is held by the most, what investments are held the most. So you look at Canadian, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You look at yuan, 3 and 6. Alyssa said choosing Canadian, A. So everything here moves over 1.
Wow.
And
Firmly cemented.
yeah, wow.
Yeah.
All
As
right.
the most
So
valuable
then-
currency.
That will drop down. Feel free to trigger A at your convenience.
I thought we were going to leave that one for you. I thought you volunteered to do that one.
I forget. All right, Adam, you're up.
Definitely want to make
That should
contract
be.
I bet you do.
Hold on.
F.
Yep. Hold on.
All right, so I already
Thank you.
have. So I have the 12 yuan, 10 of which is committed, so I have 2, and I have 6 coming from my investments, so that leaves me with 8. So I can do 8 yuan to, let's say, euro, 4 euro.
All right, so the yuan and the euro, 4 or 8 equals 4. Yeah, checks out.
I need a contract so bad.
You.
Oh,
You're right. I just forgot to flip that. So you're at 12, Ken.
oh, okay.
you go.
All right. Well,
Yeah, Alyssa resolved the investments.
I think the right thing to do is to invest.
Well, I mean, you're liquid now, right? Now's the time to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd sure like to make a contract to hedge up against that yuan situation, because that's going to get bad sooner rather than later.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't. So I'm going to invest. So certainly I'm going to take Canadian for one of those investments.
I was hoping you weren't. And by the way, I was looking at that back here before I triggered F.
Yeah.
Thinking the only person that would be able to do it would be you. And I didn't know if you would. Maybe. Because if you didn't, I damn sure was going to. But it was a risk I was willing to run. But yeah. And that drops it to 3. Okay.
And boy, I'm just like, I couldn't be more tempted to take another yuan, but I know it's a bad idea. I know.
This is crazy. Everything is.
I'm not going to take euros, so I will take franc. I'll take Swiss francs.
All right, so we'll start with the Swiss francs. We'll start with the Canadian here. So the Canadian moves everything to the right one. Okay, and then the Swiss francs. All right. We're going to invest. It was going to be in the Canadian. But I've now gotten it. It doesn't really, no, I'm not gonna. Tempting, but not gonna divest. God, I really want a contract. But if I resolve A, that's just gonna hand it to Alyssa. Which I do kind of owe Alyssa, but I don't owe Alyssa that much. So we're going to go ahead and invest. What do we want to invest in?
Yuan's looking great.
Tempting, but not. So we're going to go 1 for the Swiss franc.
Alyssa, they're asking which 18X Xbox is
Yeah, it's 1856.
Ah.
I mean, yeah, why not? Let's go ahead and take a yen. So, I think it's relatively safe. All right, so we'll start with the Swiss franc. And there. And then the Japanese yen. Fini.
Strong.
All right. What am I doing here?
Oh, I have a feeling the bubble's about to burst on some
Well-
stuff.
I don't know what you could possibly mean.
This game is playing out completely different than our last one earlier today. Completely.
There's no contract here for me to do.
Plenty of
mean,
investment
I'm sure-
opportunities.
I'm sure Adam doesn't have anything to do with his turn. He'll probably fire A. There's nothing else he's thinking about right now.
Nope,
No.
nothing at all.
As much as I love my Canadian brethren, I think I have to divest Canadian dollars.
Love it.
All right. So both of them?
Yeah.
All right. So
What?
both of the Canadians. Now, to be clear, the reason Ken is lamenting this is he's the only one getting some over here with the E contract. So those are there. We skip over here. Would you like to divest your Canadian? And I'll go ahead and give you, so 4 and 6 makes 10. So you've been paid, Alyssa. And Ken has an interesting decision because behind him, there's somebody heavily invested in Canadian. And if you note, Canadian ain't getting stronger anytime soon. And by soon, I mean today.
You know,
All good stories start that way.
I don't like this position, but I think I'm going to hang on to it.
Sunk cost fallacy. Love it.
Yes. Whatever.
I mean, Edward's sitting on plenty of Canadian
I do have
money,
a lot of Canadian here.
and no one can crash it more, right? So like, Edward and I can make Canadian money stabilizes. It's actually a little better for Edward than it is for me because he gets extra dividends.
But Alyssa's sitting on the biggest stack.
I don't know what I should do.
Alyssa will not be sitting on the biggest stack by the end of the game, though, because I'll get.
I mean, I'm going to sell.
I'll get $10 more, and Edward will get $15 more. So
I really would like to be able to make a contract. I'm just saying.
well,
I don't know what to do. I'm gonna hold.
that's attaboy.
It's exactly what Alyssa wanted. You guys are playing right into her hand.
No, we're not.
All right. So Canadian. So these are out of the game.
I actually, to be honest, I actually don't care because I still have 5 Canadian that I can get rid of now at a decent price.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's right. Yeah, it was pretty much of a win-win for her.
Yeah, if you trash them, great, because it really hurts Ken. But if you don't, that's fine. I have 5 to get rid of.
If I had, say, half of that, they were getting trashed. But
Yeah.
all right,
No, I
so-
get it. I get it.
So I mean, I don't think it's a clear decision, right?
No, it's not with you having 6.
Right. And so I could make a case either way, but I was heavily invested, even though you are heavily more, as is Ken, who is at 6. Yeah.
I'm not though, because I have 5 going out. So
Yeah.
we're all about the same.
Right. So, all right. So now it's going to move back 2 steps. So everything else is going to move to the right that has Canadian. None, 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 because they're all here. So everything here is going to move to the left 2 steps. So here is 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, and 2. So there we go. That's what happened there with the divestment. And got your 4 Doonies.
Yep.
Or I guess 2 doonies, 4 loonies. But yeah. All right. Yeah, and Tom says, I mean, I designed the thing and I don't entirely grok it.
I am going to continue the market shakeup. I'm going to divest all of my yuan.
I'm
What?
shocked that you say. Okay.
I've already got the contracts. I don't need it anymore.
All right. So that's going to be 6 more yuan. 6 and 12 is 18. So a moment. And now here is where we are actually going to go.
Yeah, those plus 10 chips could help a
So
lot.
the 18 is going to be like this. A moment. So that is 8, and that'll be 10. So that's 18 yuan right there. And now we come to Ken.
Holding.
Huh?
I'm holding.
Holding. So not selling his 3 investments. So
All right,
now
well, it's not going to work for you anymore.
the yuan
We'll see.
will, all right, so everything else, so everything here would move to the left, but everything else is going to move to the right 3 steps. And remember, dividends will not pay if any of the markers.
Shh.
All right.
We don't like to talk about that.
There's been a market correction. And Ken, you're up.
I'm just going to throw some good money after bad. I would like to invest in yuan and euros, please.
All right. So a euro and a yuan. So a moment here, because we're getting a little crowded. There and there. So that'll be euro and yuan. You were at 10, Ken.
Yep.
All right. So we will start with the euro. Euro moving to the right. Everything else to the left. So again, for everybody at home, is this making sense?
But on you flip that CHF euro that you shouldn't have.
It's in the right place. It shouldn't be CHF to
Oh,
CHF.
thank you. Yeah, my bad. Thank you. So this moves up here. All right, yeah, sorry. Ooh, got a little carried away. All right, so that was the euro, and now the yuan will move to the left 1 step. Back from the brink of disaster for the yuan. All right. I'm just saying contracts would be awesome. But if I were to trigger the A, that hooks up Alyssa. But does it get things moving?
A little bit. Not much.
Yeah.
Everyone else would like for you to trigger A.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, this is where, Edward was talking about it before the stream, where it can stall.
Well, particularly if it's a contract that doesn't help anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we could be sitting staring at that A for quite a while.
Right.
Well, not too terribly long, just because investments are going to run out.
That's true.
Which I think makes for a less exciting game, honestly.
Well, then it becomes the game that we had earlier, where it's, do you divest to disrupt the order of contracts?
Right. Because I'm looking at investing in that US dollar, but that helps. That helps Adam. And if I invest in the euro, that helps Adam. And I'll be damned if that's happening.
That's right, Edward. That's the spirit. Take him
Just
down. Take him down.
There is a long string of bitterness here.
I gave you the spot trade that helped you.
I don't know if it's a long string. It's just a short but very potent string.
I gave you the spot trade that got you in the situation, and I gave you a spot trade to help you get out of that situation.
So at best, you're neutral. and you're not. I'm going to go ahead and pull the plug. I'm going to get things moving, I hope. So, there. Thank God. Go away. Be gone with you. Anchor around my neck. Done. You're welcome, Alyssa.
Thank you. I'll make a contract A, and I will sell 4.5 Canadian dollars for 3 Swiss francs.
4.5 Canadian. Give me a second. Yeah, I want to actually. So there, and I'll put 3 halves on it. That's fine. So 4.5 Canadian for what? Sorry?
3 Swiss francs.
Done.
I'm
Just saying,
going
I tried to get things moving, people.
I'm going to invest in the euro and the Swiss franc.
All right, so the euro first. And the Swiss franc. Done.
Well, that's interesting because I'm going to divest in the franc. It's always a good idea to divest the strongest currency, right? I'm pretty much in the how to win at Forex.
Yeah.
Manual. That's what it says. Yeah.
All right, a moment. So that is now 5 francs there. Okay. A and C. A and O.
Not helping you. Those francs aren't helping you do anything.
You know what? But that wouldn't really be fair to my friend Alyssa.
Oh my gosh. It's a team game.
But I'm going to go ahead and divest. So they're short-lived alliances.
They are.
So there we go. Got mine. And now, Alyssa, would you like to divest?
No.
For the exact reason Ken brought up, it's yeah. So.
Yep.
All right, you said no, and
No.
Adam.
Burn it down.
Both of them, huh?
Yep.
All right, so that'll be 4.
Somewhat less valuable Swiss francs.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And did you guys hear that crashing sound? So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 6, 6, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That is not a coincidence that happened. That last bit was important.
Yeah, I know what happened.
Four investments with no dividends for the rest of the game was not looking like an exciting prospect for me. So
Look at it this way. Now you have the opportunity to invest even further.
Oh, don't think if it comes around to me again and there's still yuan on the board that I will not buy it, because I will.
Why not? You can't. Limit
I
4.
can't?
Nope.
Oh, I can only have 4?
4 of a type, correct. I guess I did not stress that, but yeah.
I thought when you said you could divest, you said you could divest up to 5.
You can divest as much as you want, but you can only own 4 at a given time.
Okay.
So
So
the
I guess
example in the
technically
teach
it-
was a little off.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can
That's
never
all right.
divest 5 at once.
Right, yeah, because you can never own 4. Right, yeah. So, okay, bad example, I probably said.
Yeah.
So,
It's fine.
wow, okay. You know, we could. No, I can't. Never mind, I don't have it. Okay, you have to have the liquidity to invest. Ugh, this is terrible right now. So I can't buy any Canadian. I can't buy any euros. So all I can invest in are the US dollar, which not terrible, but that helps Adam more than it helps me, because Adams has that. And I can invest in the Swiss franc, which definitely helps Alyssa more than it helps me. Okay, so we're not doing that. So now the question is divesting. Looking at what's out here, there isn't a huge obvious choice. Be it is. So the 2 yen gets paid, and I just feed Alyssa. There.
Those 2 British pounds used to look like a good investment.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
All right, Alyssa, you're up. Hey, Drew.
I will, I guess, take B.
Begrudgingly.
What can I do to save this? I will sell 14 Swiss franc for 7 GBP.
Okay, so hold on. 14 Swiss francs.
Maybe that investment in GBP was good.
All right, so here's 14. For what? Sorry?
7 GBP.
Okay, done. Adam.
I will invest in the GBP and the USD.
Those seem like solid investments right now.
Yep. All right, so we'll start with the British pound. And I would like to apologize to everybody who bet on me. And then the US dollar. I did come in second earlier today. Ken, you're up. This is brutal, by the way. Having 0 contracts hurts.
Well, investing with my current portfolio is like just a silly idea. So the spot transaction rule is that I can get at most one.
You can trade one of a currency and get the related value from another player.
And get the related value. Okay. So I could trade.
You trade one of a stronger currency to another player and get the associated weaker.
One of a currency and get the related value from
Yes.
the other player.
You're trading away one and you get whatever the equivalent is. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not in a position to really do that either. I mean, I suppose I'll just throw it out there. I would trade a yen for $1 if anybody's interested.
Well, the yen clearly doesn't help me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see any value. Sorry.
No,
I don't have $1.
I'm the only one that has the dollar.
I have it, but getting me a yen doesn't help me.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know.
And if it doesn't help me.
Let's trigger C. I can't. There's nothing better that I can do, unfortunately. So.
Hallelujah. All right. So C. So you owe a nickel a Canadian. Checks out. And you get a nickel of that super strong Swiss franc. That's sarcasm. All right.
Where is the franc in relation to the Canadian dollar?
2.5. It's awful.
All right. So now.
That should have cost me.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. That 5 Canadian was worth 12.5 Swiss franc. And I got 5. Solid deal.
So I will go ahead and, to the shock of everybody.
Yeah. It was a big mystery what you were going to do if I.
I figured it might have been. Now, the question is, can the folks at home figure out what I'm going to do? I think it's clear what I'm going to do. But I'll give you a moment while I get everything ready to do. I think this is, hold on. I could do it that way too. So hold on. Yeah, we will do it that way. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and throw out 6 Canadian,
Oh my God.
for £6 British sterling. Now, the question is, a moment, hold on. I think actually I will do more than that. I think I will do 2, 4, 6. Check that. I will do 12. 12 Canadian.
You can't.
Why?
You can only go up to 10 of the stronger currency.
Oh.
Right.
Sounds like 10 it is.
10 for 10.
Hold on.
seems
If
strong.
that's the case, then here.
But the stronger currency was
stronger
the British
currency
pound.
is 14 for 7. The 7 is the stronger currency.
Ah, and because the British pound is here. Yes. So that sounds like 10.
Yep.
Here. There. Let me make sure I'm not shooting myself in the foot. C happens after this. The Canadian, even if you tank it, it's still okay. Yeah, that works out. So that's going to be 10 for 10.
Yep.
That seems good, considering all those investments can still be made, and all those investments can't be made. That'll do, pig. That'll do.
I will invest in the yen and the franc.
Yen, not the yuan.
I heard
The yen.
that. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. There and... All right, so the yen and the franc there. Okay. All right, so we will start with, we'll start at the top. So, done. There, 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 and there. And then the yen will go I believe that's it. Adam, you're up. By the way, audio level wise, we checked everything, but how's everything sound for you all at home? Adam?
I was waiting for the audio level.
Oh, no, go for it. You're fine.
There's really nothing to invest in anymore, and there's no contracts to make. And so the question is, do I feel like divesting? I don't think this is the right time, so I will execute contract D.
All right. The big blue D. So that is 10 yuan UO. So
Yep.
right here, done.
Boom.
And you get 4 US. And we'll just go ahead and move that right over there.
There it is.
Ken, it is your honor.
Well, I'm excited to be able to execute that contract. I wish I could have done it a little earlier.
There's a yen in there. I just want to make sure you can see that. I have room down here, so.
Maybe separate that between the euro so it's not next to the Canadian dollar.
Yeah, I got you. There we go.
Thanks.
Yep.
I will sell. I'll take contract D
Okay.
to sell
I was hoping you were going to trigger it.
Canadian dollars
3 Canadian.
for let's go with pounds. 3 pounds. 3 British pounds.
All right.
No, actually, let me make it 6 Canadian dollars for 6 British pounds.
Okay.
Let me make it 10 Canadian dollars for 10 British pounds.
Final answer.
Final answer.
So 10 for 10.
Yeah.
Copycat.
No, that checks out. He's gonna have it. He doesn't screw it up. I've never seen 2 of the exact same contract before. That's very interesting.
One of the 3 contracts that we started at?
Well, no, they were slightly different, and also that was the beginning of the game.
Fair.
A little different.
So I can't invest in anything but dollars because that's all I have that has availability. I'm looking at divesting. I don't think divesting makes sense with the dividends right there unless... So right now, there are 5 Canadian, right? Is that the most out there? 3,
No, 6 yen.
4, 5. 6 yen. Fact.
So if you really want a Canadian to go up, you could divest yen.
That is a fact.
I don't know that you really want the Canadian to go up, but just saying you could do that.
I don't, since I'm obviously getting rid of it here.
Yeah, and divesting yen only helps the person that has contract E there that gets rid of yen.
Correct.
Whoever that is.
Whoever that might be.
Yeah, who would do that?
So, I guess...
Can't complain too hard about that.
And you get the 3 Canadian. So that is 6. And Alyssa, you're up. Yeah, that the biggest complaint about this game, and we'll touch on it when we get to the round table, is this gets locked, right? And you don't want to have to resolve, it seems. But again, I don't have enough plays under my belt to say that it seems like the, well, I have nothing else to do type situation. And Alyssa, you know it's you, right?
I do.
Okay, cool. No worries. Nope. You're fine. You're fine.
I'm just not sure what's the right thing to do here.
It's a very interesting board state.
I mean, I feel like divesting at this point doesn't make a lot of sense, right?
Yeah, because of dividends, but I don't want to be the one to pull the dividend.
Yeah, it only makes sense to like want to pull the dividends if you get to choose between 2 and there's a clear winner. So
Right.
Right.
So I think...
So it's a contract or invest. Those are your 2 limited
Right.
options.
Right,
And
investing doesn't make sense.
so
you can invest in the yuan. It's great.
Yes. So you could invest in both the yuan and the US dollar.
I could.
You could.
That is a thing I could do.
I would highly recommend that course of action. It sounds great.
Thank you for your support. I don't want to leave contract E out there for somebody else to probably do better. So I am just going to take contract E and convert my 2 USD into 2 British pounds.
Checks out. So 2 to 2.
You don't want to do 4 to 4?
Oh, I do have one. Yeah, 4-4. Thank you. I missed that I had one there.
Because dividends.
And if you end up winning by like $1 or $2, I'm going to be mad at myself.
I don't think that's a concern, but
I
there
am
it
going
goes.
to take
All right.
the move that Alyssa did not. I'm going to invest in the USD and the yuan.
Everybody knows the yuan is a hot property. I mean,
So hot.
Muy en fuego. All right, so we'll do with the yuan first. And the US doll hair. Circanness. So you'll notice, and I'm going to do this so I don't have to stretch as far, there are 3 US investments and 5 British pound sterling investments left in the game. The end. That's not a hint, that's just letting y'all know. Oh, well, you
So I'm
get
not-
dividends.
particularly fond of the idea of firing dividends.
But you're
You
going to
can't get a contract.
so much money.
So you can't get a contract, you can't invest, you either divest or trigger dividends, right?
Yep. I'd feel much better about it if someone had divested yen ahead of me, so that then yuan could be the winner.
You could be the person that divests the yen.
Oh, I know I can. I'm definitely thinking about it. I don't know how many people I will have follow me into that pool, though.
yeah, I mean, it's tough to divest when dividends are sitting on the top.
Right.
Exactly.
If you divest the yen, I will divest the yen. That will put 5 yuan to 4 yen.
But it
Well,
also
it'll be
there's
5 yuan to 5 Canadian. So,
5 yuan to 5 Canadian, yeah. And then maybe Edward triggers it, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for me.
nope.
Although, then that currency trade I just made for pounds looks stupid.
You shouldn't hold it back like that. What do you really think about it in that case?
Okay, screw it. Let's fire dividends.
Excellent.
All right. So
Yeah.
a moment. And normally this doesn't take this long, but unfortunately it's one person doing it for 4. So 'tis what it is. All right. So here we go. That's going to be 4 yen, 2 US doll hairs, and 4 of that tasty Swiss francs. So that'll be 9 francs total. That'll be 4 yen. How are we doing on space? We're okay. And 4 US dollars. I think those are pretty clear, the differentiation there. All right, cool. So done. Then over here we have 2 yen. We have 2 British sterling. We have 6, which makes it for 8. So a moment. Take that back. There's 8. And pounds and yen. So then it's going to be 2 yuan and 4 euros. And how are we doing on space? Yeah, we're okay.
You can put the yuan with the other yuans.
Ah, thank you. Yep. So that'll be 3, actually. There you go. All right,
Yeah.
done. So over here we have 2, 4, 6, 18 yuan. So how about we do this? That'll be 18. Canadian, 2, 4, 5. That'll be 10. Okay. 4 euros and 2 yen. And one more thing.
There's space to the right of his stacks.
Oh, yeah. All right. There we go. Okay. And for me, that'll be 4 US all day. 2, 4, 6, and that'll be 12. So how about we just do this? 12 Canadian. Okay. There. 2 more euros. 4 yen. And 2 pounds British sterling. All right, and what did we say has the most? The yen? Yes?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yen.
So the yen, hold on. The yen will go back the other way first. So this will go 1 step there, 1 step here, and then
Japanese yen, the strongest currency in the game,
it is.
and
Yep.
nobody has any of it.
No. Well, some of us have a little bit of it, but
So,
I mean, we all have like 4 or 2,
yeah.
yeah. 4, 4, 2, 2.
and there's literally no contracts in it either. It's just a very strange situation.
I think that's actually why it's probably the strongest, right? Because there's been no incentive to trash it. So
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, I will. So, no contracts. I could resolve F. I don't see a reason to resolve F. Do I want to divest anything? I don't think I do. So, you know what? That sounds like $2 and 2 pounds to me. Let me make sure I'm not doing anything stupid. Safe. Okay. All right. Pounds, British sterling. 1, 2. And then the US dollar. And like that, the US dollar is the strongest currency in the game.
As it should be.
All right. And Alyssa, your honor.
I currently have, what do I have? 10?
Hold on
Swiss
one
franc?
second.
10 Swiss francs?
Help me double check. Yeah, Peanut Gallery. Was this here?
no.
No, that
was
was
it?
his.
That's my
That was
money.
his 5.
Okay. All right. Just making sure. Cool. All right. Good deal. All right. Sorry. Say again, Alyssa.
I think I should have 12 Swiss francs. Is that right? Because it looks like there's only 9 there. Because I had 8. And I should have gotten 4.
Are you sure?
Is there a third? Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. It looks like it's 9.
It is 9 right now, but you're saying you had 8.
Yeah,
You were
because
planning- yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm sure that was the case.
because I had to divest to get to my 14, which is what I'm going to do.
Okay, so hold on. So there's your 12.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Thank you.
Yep, my bad. And
So I'm divesting my 2 CHF.
No.
And I don't think anybody else has
No,
any,
no,
so.
that's it. All right, so that'll be 4 more. 4 puts you at 16. There you go.
Yep.
Those go away. All right, so 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and there.
Wow. Oof. So I'm gonna copy Ed's move, and I'm going to invest in the U.S. dollar and the British pound.
You guys are the worst.
2 and 2.
That was a euro, not a U.S. dollar.
Thank you.
Well, they're saying 9 was right, so. So I guess I only have 13, Ed. They were.
Okay, so a moment.
Oh, because A fires first. Okay, that's where the other 3 are. Never mind.
Okay. All right, so I did do it right.
You did. My bad.
All right, so you should have 13, right? Okay.
I should have 13. I should have 13 right now.
Thank you, Peanut
Because
Gallery.
I'll get 3 from A to get me to the 16.
All right, so,
I forgot the head fire jet. My bad.
all right. I was like, I think I've been keeping track of everything pretty well, but I wasn't going one to argue. All right, so you had 8 and 2 pounds, so we're good, right? Making sure. So now, pounds. Okay, and the US dollar. Okay. The Swiss franc trading at parity with the yuan is a dark day.
So am I right that there are more certificates in total for USD than there are for pounds? Like what pounds?
1,
Pounds
2,
must have
3,
been.
4, 5, 6, 7 US dollar. 2,
Yep.
3, 4 pounds.
Right, but I mean including what's in the bank.
Oh,
Yes, because we removed the pound
Okay.
at the start.
I have no idea who's in the lead right now.
I'm pretty sure it's not me.
I think we're all pretty sure it's not ourselves.
And Tom, hold on. And currently, Tom's over there like.
So
And no matter what I do, spacing wise, it always creeps over onto the board. I don't know why that is. Every time.
I'll go ahead.
Just making room here.
It's because you don't have snap points. It's not TTS.
Yeah, my bad. My bad. Here we go.
Does it even matter though?
You said you're going to fire F?
I did. That is not what I said.
Okay, I wasn't sure. All right. Okay.
You know, it's funny, Edward. I thought that's what he said.
Okay, I thought I heard that.
Yeah, I thought he did too.
Verbal's binding. I'm just saying. I'm making a steak for dinner. So, funny story. While Ken APs.
No, I got it.
Okay,
I'm gonna divest Canadian.
Ooh.
Okay, now I gotta do some figuring because it's me. I have 12 Canadian right now, but actually I don't. I have 2 Canadian.
Sounds
So-
like it's the time.
Do I tank it or do I hold on to it? Because it can't get better, though, is the problem, right? So if I'm getting out of it here, 10 of it, getting out of it, but it's. It's not going to move, actually, will it? So does it matter?
So I'm going to go down as people strengthen it against the pound or the dollar.
Right. The other thing is,
That's
if it crashes, it's not going to pay dividends. So.
And let's see,
I think
Canadian.
it's going to crash. It's too high up.
It is. Is it?
Where is Canadian going to fall into the red?
Yeah, so it will be.
It'll be close on the yen.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 here, and then a bunch of investments. Yeah, it runs the risk, I guess. But so here,
no one can invest in the yen.
Huh?
No one. Yeah, no one can invest in either of those.
Fair
currencies.
point. So honestly,
but the yen will be the popular investment though.
Right,
So
but the point is,
like
if all 5 Canadians get divested, it will not fall into the red, and there's nothing that can force it into the red.
That's true.
My point is, I'm going to get 5 more if I don't.
Yep.
Yeah.
But is it worth anything at the end?
Well, I mean, it's guaranteed going to be worth at least 1.
Fair.
Well, right now, if Endgame was right now, those 15 would turn into $7.
Well, right now they would turn into $5 because it's going to drop 2.
Well, he's got 3 certs,
Right,
pay 2 and pay 3, so they pay 5 each. That's 15. 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. Rounded down, $7.
But it's at 3 because he's already sold 2 of them. Ken's already divested 2, so it's at 3 to 1.
Oh, yeah.
The 3-1's not that bad.
I'm going to hold and we'll see what happens.
I like that.
All right, so you get 4 Canadian, first off. So that'll put you at 14. Yeah, I'm good with that. So then everything else will move
2 to the right.
2 to the right. So 1, 2. And then here, 2 to the left. Done.
There it is.
Back to me. Okay. Can't make a contract. I don't really see a point in divesting the yen or the pound.
Is there really another 2 round before we get to the 3 round?
No, there's a 2 and a 3 left.
Yeah, there's a 2 round and then a 3 round.
But there's really not many investments left, so these are going to go a lot.
It's going to start flowing pretty quickly here.
Yep.
This is that halfway, 3/4 way Ed mentioned earlier.
Yep.
That'll be it. The final investment for the dollar, I think.
Boo.
Yeah.
Not like I could have gotten it anyway.
So there, and there. And I can't invest in British pounds because don't have any. Done. Okay. Yeah, I feel like it's probably Adam.
Oh, yeah.
But I think I'm close. But we'll see how it goes.
You were 1 point behind earlier today, so.
All right, so
No, I think with those all those investments in
Let's see.
USD, I think you're in pretty good shape.
I don't see anything worth doing, so I'll fire F.
All right, so F fires. All right, so you owe me 8 yuan. That's all of it.
Don't worry, you'll get more when dividends happen, though.
Yeah.
And 4, that makes 8 euro all day.
Yep.
And done. Go.
I have 2 euro certificates, or 3.
2.
Right, so that's 8 plus 2 plus 2 is 12. I will create contract F, 12 euro to 6 US dollar.
Okay, hold on. 12 euro. Okay, go. Yeah, I think this is Adams at this point, but we'll see how it changes.
Nothing else left that I can sensibly divest right now. And remind me,
So divest unsensibly.
when dividends happen, they happen and then the currency changes. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
That's right.
Okay. All right. I'll fire A.
All right, so A is going. So you owe 4.5 Canadian. So that leaves you with a half. So a moment on that. So, oh, wrong thing. So what I'm going to do, and for everybody at home, I'm going to cover that to show that it's actually a half Canadian right there. And you have paid what you owe, and you get 3 tasty Swiss francs. And by tasty, I mean...
They're going to become British pounds, so it's okay.
So that is 16 all day now. There we go, and that. All right, so my turn. Okay. All right, C, let's lock that up. So then, oh man, do we? I think so. Okay. That's really weak. That works. I am going to put 4 Japanese yen. Check that a moment. This is A, right? No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Give me a second. Sorry. Yes. Boy, we run the risk doing that, though. Is it worth it? I think it is. I think so. Oh, I have no idea. 8 Japanese yen for 8 pounds British sterling.
Come on, pound.
Done.
I say like I have any investment in the pound at all.
I am going to divest my USD. Julia, Edward.
Say again.
It is our only hope of stopping Adam.
All right, so hold on. You're going to get 2 US dollars. That gives you 6 all day. And
Right.
really puts the screws to Adam right now.
Especially if you also divest your 3.
I don't know what you're talking
You
about.
know,
I haven't
Adam,
even
you could
considered
divest
it.
you could divest yours in a preemptive move. That would be like next level.
So you got your money for this, but it hasn't moved. All right. The only reason that contracts after the final dividend would not pay out is if somebody goes bankrupt while those are getting done.
All right.
Oh, what Gusarino just said. Yes, there you go. Yeah, my bad. Naughty Vicar again tonight. I'm really enjoying the Naughty Vicar.
You're locked in on that.
Because I have a contract coming up that's going to give me more, I'm going to wait. I'm going to hold on to them so that it's a little stronger for when I get those. So I'm holding mine.
I'll take my $6.
I figured.
I could not be more excited about that development. Whatever tiny glimmer of hope I have to win was not just snuffed out right now. So that helped.
Well, that also helps me, too.
Yeah, no, I get you. I get it.
So, all right. So, I got my $6. 1, 2, 3, 4 steps for the U.S. doll hair. So everything to the right, but everything's here. So 6.
4.
4. So thank you. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. And the leader right now, the yen.
Which now also again has the most shares held by players, which will get another bump. Okay.
You could just take your revenge and crash the yen, or try.
Yeah, but like it's not even gonna hurt anyone. No one has any.
Or I wouldn't complain if you want to fire contract B. That sounds like a good idea to me.
I don't want to fire a contract and give it to you. I am gonna do the weird move and divest my yen.
So that is 2 yen to you. Here, we're just gonna do it there. All right, and sir, Ken.
Yeah. So Edward is incentivized right now to dump the yen because he's got a contract to get pounds for it. Right?
I do have a contract of 8 yen to get pounds. That is a statement of fact.
Yeah.
So then he's out of the end game. He doesn't care what the value is.
Right.
Well, I wouldn't say I don't care.
And you do have 8. Yeah, you'll have 8 if you divest.
I'm going to have 8 no matter what.
So I think clinging on to the yen for dear life is not a good move for me. So I'll go ahead and divest it. I'll go ahead and divest as well.
So that would be 2 yen to you. And I can't see a reason to hold on to it. Other than like what I did with the Canadian. But no, we're gonna get rid of it. Sorry, other way. So that'll be 4 yen. 4 and 5 is 9. So hold on. Wait,
Is that-
I'll just hold on.
Is that 5 there? It looks like 4.
4? You're right. It's 8. I apologize. There we go. Now we're good. And Alyssa, what would you like to do?
I can't see any value staying on the sink here. Although it sucks to not have any certificates left.
So that is, oh wow, interesting. So that you also will be at 8. There you go. And World War II apparently just happened because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go. So everything moves to the right for the yen, although they're all here. So 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Oof.
Japanese. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The worm has turned.
Ken and Alyssa have traded seats.
Sorry, my internet died. I just had to
I'll
switch my hotspot.
I'll fix it. All right.
I apologize.
So Ken, give me just 1 second.
Okay.
It sounded like it was going, by the way. So
Yeah,
there we go.
I've been having all kind of Comcast issues.
Hey, it's Comcast. That's why I have Verizon Fios. Huge fan.
Yep.
Free advertisement. I've had one issue with Fios since I've moved here. So
Yeah, we don't have Fios in Salem, so
then never mind. I apologize. All right, but yeah. What's up, Weathered? You want to fire B?
You know what? As much as I hate to continue just firing contracts, I actually think that's the right thing for me to do. I'm going to fire contract B.
All right. So Bravo, you owe me 14 useless francs. That leaves you with 2, Alyssa.
Yep.
And you will get £7, which makes that 8 all day. So a moment. Let me do a little.
£7. What a contract that was.
That's 8, I said.
That worked out pretty good for me, huh?
Yeah.
A little bit.
£8.
I mean, it's not going to matter, but
There you go. All right.
not going to keep me from finishing at a distant fourth, but
Well, it does put you in a position to invest in pounds.
it does.
So I think I'm going to make a contract. It's not going to move, though. It will for that. So, 1, 2, 3, 6 to 1. I mean, it gives me 2. What I'm looking at is I want British pounds. So the question is, what makes the most sense? So Canadian right now at 12 I have. However, careful. And, okay, so you know what? This is my do not touch row, I just realized. Okay, nah, we learn. There we go. So, do not touch. All right, so now looking at this. I think the US dollar, I mean, that's, I could get 1 point out of that because these are going to be useless at the end of the game. The euro, I could get 2, but I mean, but this 1, 2, 3, 4, 3.5, that gives me 6. So 1.5, that's 4 or 1. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here, nobody has. I don't know what the rate, because no one has any of that. It's only, oh, this is actually going to end up being useless. So that's either $1 or that is, or £1 or that is £4. And at the end, 1, 2, 3, 4, if he doesn't sell it, that's worth less than 2. So there we go. That'll be, but dividends will happen first. Hold on. 6, 7, 8, 8, 5 or here. That'll be at 8 to 1. 5, 8. It's still. Sounds like dollars it's going to be. All right, so it's going to be, even if it tanks, I'm getting no more dollars. So yeah, that'll be 6 US to 4 pounds. Done. Lissa?
I'd like to invest in the pound.
Welcome back to the investment game.
Thank you.
So that is, you're at 6. The pound, everything goes right. 1. Done. Adam.
I see a plethora of contracts that are converting into the pound. So I think now is the best time to divest my pounds.
Okay. So here, and where do we got? We'll just put them up there for now. So that's going to be 4 pounds for you.
Yep.
And there. Okay. And no. And I'll hold.
I figured, but
I'll
Alyssa,
hold.
you'll hold? All right. So everything
I'll
goes.
hold. Yeah.
Okay. Goes back 2. 1, 2, 2, 2, and 2. And those are out of the game. And I gave you your money. I did it. Okay.
yep,
Ken.
Now you got pounds so you can reinvest next time.
exactly. And then do it again.
You guys are the worst. I'll fire contract C.
And this is the what happened to me last game, right? What's happening
Yeah.
right now. All right. So C, I owe 10 Canadian right here. Done. And I'm going to get 10 pounds British sterling. So I'll just take this. All right. And it's me. So now the interesting thing. Do I invest in sterling or do I make a contract for sterling? I think I will make a contract. So earlier I had made this, so now I will make that for here. And I just hope I'm thinking about everything right. All right. So now, that's only a 1-to-1. That seems so wasteful. I already have this locked up, so that will go into the don't touch pile for a minute. So I have euros. I could convert the euros. And that will move, and it's twice as good as it will be. So if that's the case, I'll throw out 4 euros to 4 pounds.
Not 6?
Thank you. 6. And that will trigger on C. Yeah, I guess it'd be 6 to 6. Good call. Done.
I will invest in the pound sterling.
No one saw that coming.
Shocked, I say.
Nope.
There, and that will be 6 down to 3.
4.
4. Golly, math really hard apparently. There, everything here moves right 1. Done.
I already have all of my euros locked up in a contract, so I will divest my euros.
So that's €4. 4 and 8 makes 12.
Yep.
So hold on. 5. You know what? Let's do it this way. A moment. There, and you get a fancy 10. There we go. All right. So now, Ken.
I mean, Adam and Edward benefit from the euro getting weaker, so I think I'll hold mine for now.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye. So I will take my €2 there. Done and done. So now everyone's been paid for their euros. The euro moves back 3. So first off, everything else moves to the right 3. 1, 2, 3. And that's it. Everything here moves left 3. So we'll go 1, 2, 3 there. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, and 3. And done.
I have no choice. I'll fire D. At least it's mine.
At least it's yours. All right, you owe me 10 Canadian. Got it. And you get 10 pounds British sterling. Right here.
It's good.
Yeah. Good deal right there.
That seems solid. The current exchange rate, let's see, what?
He gets 4.
Yeah, 10 to 4. It's much better 10 to 10.
Yeah, seems good. Seems good. Okay. A, can't touch. Not touching those. B, can't touch. C, can't touch. So these. I mean, I could lock up the contract just to be, because otherwise these are going to be worthless. Or I could fire E or invest in the British pounds. And wait a minute. If I invest, that's worth 5 points. It's all yours, Alyssa. So I have 10. That will be down to 8. Make sure I'm not stepping on. Okay, that's good. One. There we go. All right, done. Alyssa. And here we go.
Yep,
Death
so we'll
spiral incoming.
take contract D,
Okay.
and I guess we'll get rid of. Hold on. Already gotten rid of my 4 USD. I guess I'll just get rid of another 2 USD for a pound.
$2 for £1. Done? Adam.
Yep.
I'm divesting
Oh,
my
Adam,
yuan.
hang on. Wait. Before you act. If you fire E, I can do dividends and prevent the pound from increasing in value.
That is an interesting take. I mean, that does help both you and I.
Yes, it does.
We have all this room now. While you're thinking, I'm just rearranging a little bit.
All right. That is a That is a very reasonable thing to do. I will pop contract E.
E fires. You owe me, Alyssa, $4, which leaves you 2. And you get £4 sterling, which gives you 8 all day. So we're just going to take these and give you a fancy 5. Okay. Ken.
As promised, I will fire dividends.
All right. Dividends for the penultimate time. Oh, sorry. A moment. So next time dividends are called, triggers the end of the game, and then we just resolve the rest of the row. So we will start here with Alyssa. Alyssa gets 4 and 8 makes it 12. And you will get a fancy 10. There we go. All right, done. Then up here, 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 and 6 sounds like 14 to me.
Me too.
14 will be a, I guess, 10 and 2 4 or 10 and 2 single or 2 14 here. Not words. And you get 2 yuan.
Yep.
2 yuan.
Just
All right.
2 yuan.
Nope. Right there. Okay. So you're done. A moment. Ken, 2, 4, 6, 8. To go with 18 is 26 yuan.
Yep.
All right, a moment. So that'll be €26 there. And €4 makes that €8 all day. So €8. Then I'm getting, what do we got? 2, 4, 6 Canadian, and I have 2 others that'll be 8 Canadian all day. So that'll be 3 and a 5. Where can I? Things are getting a little tight. There, and then 2, 4, 6 and 8 is 14. So you know what? I'm just going to be lazy. That's 13 and 2 halves is 14. Just done. All right, so that's dividends. Now, what has the most out there?
It's a tie between yuan and pounds.
£5, 5 yuan. I'm going to assume the yuan is increasing.
You are correct.
All right, so everything would move right. So here it's left. Hey, the Japanese die a little inside. Here, the Swiss die a little inside. Sorry. Yeah, that's right. No, I did right.
Yeah.
Yep.
The longer this game goes, the harder it is for me to keep everything straight, so I apologize. And that's dividends. Here we go. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Japanese yen locked up. The US dollars locked up. The euro locked up. So I have Canadian. Canadian is free. Is there a reason so what happens at this point? I mean, I guess people could divest, right?
Yep. The only thing you can do to disrupt the order of contracts.
So correct me if I'm wrong, and I don't think you're giving anything away, that if Alyssa were to divest these, the worst would happen would come to here. So that means the British pound's going to be
The dominant currency.
the dominant currency, and there's nothing we can do about that,
I don't believe so.
right? Is that what I'm saying? Am I correct in this?
Yep.
Because
That's
the
right.
only way
I mean,
to devalue it
if
is
you decided to divest,
fair.
I suppose it would not. But
Fair.
I don't know why you would possibly do that. So.
Correct. So if that's the case, then I will go ahead and throw out, this is going to be contract E, 8, 11, 11, and 3, 9. That'll be 9 Canadian. That's 8. I can't. No, that's 9. Wow. 9 Canadian for £3 British.
How many contracts you got there, Edward?
4. Alyssa. So now,
Yeah, I don't see any. I
Now
don't see
it
any
just
value in
fires.
divesting.
right? Yeah.
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you didn't have a contract so far down the board, it might make sense. But you're divesting against yourself too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, so I'll just fire F.
Okay. F fires. So you owe me 12.
I will let Ken disrupt this pattern if he's going to.
Yeah.
I am not competitive. So
You owe me 12. Done. And you get $6 US. 6 and 14 is 20 all day. So I'm just going to cover up a 1, and that's actually 20 US dollars.
Boom.
There and there. Done.
And the euro from the F contract.
Thank you. Yeah.
And I'm going to create F contract again, and I'm going to do 20 US dollars to 10 British pounds.
Okay. So hold on. F here. You said 20 US dollars. Yep.
Oh,
20
actually, oh yeah, it's the max I can do. Yeah.
Okay. So here. 20 covering up the 1 for 20. 10, sorry,
10.
covering up the 1. So anytime, if it's over here, it adds to it. If it covers it, it's that. So done.
Yep.
Ken?
Man, this game really bums me out sometimes.
But it's a good bums you out.
It is sort of a good bums you out, but it does bum me out.
Yes, I should have done 12 math. I was thinking a buck a piece. That's why, yep. So you're correct, Grant. Yep.
I'll fire A.
All right. A. I owe 8 yen, which is all my yen. There. Moment. These go away. And A comes out. And that's 8 more. We'll just leave it there. I don't think there's anything I can do. B is here, C is here, B, C, and E is here. So I guess it's that, and I am not going to make it. I don't see a reason. I suppose 8. That's 8. That's here. So there. Then I'm going to be getting 2, 4, 6. So I could get 2 Canadian. I guess that makes sense, doesn't it? 6 for 2. There. And there. So 6 Canadian. Because I will get dividends, 2, 4, 6. And that gets me...
No, you'll get dividends 369.
Thank you. Math. 9. So it'll be 9 and 3. in, oh God, 10, 15, 16, 19, 22. Sorry, I'm trying to just not belabor things. So just trying to get all this right. So that's 22. There. There. And that should be, what did I say? That was 9 and 3. There. Done. And Alyssa.
I'm going to divest pounds.
Yay!
All right. I'm not. So
Yeah.
that'll be 4 pounds. 4, that's 16 all day. Okay. So then it's back 2. 2. Done.
Really want to make a contract, so I'm going to divest my yuan.
All right. So that's going to be 2 yuan here, and there you go. Ken.
No, it still makes sense for me to hold it.
Okay. So yuan goes, everything else moves to the right.
To the
for
right
the yuan.
first. Yep.
1, 1, 1, and 1. And these move left 1. There
Oh,
and there.
sad.
Ken?
There's nothing I can reasonably do except fire the next contract.
Okay. B and B. So I owe $6 right here. There, and I get 4, which 4, 5, 6. So that's 26. Got it. Done. And I don't think I'm making any contracts, so we're just going to fire C. I owe €6 right here. Done. And I get 6 here, so I'll just take that and get another 5. So 32. And done. And Alyssa?
I'll sell my, 6 of my Japanese yen for 2 pounds.
6 yen.
Actually, hold on.
Okay.
No,
holding.
I will. Yeah, 6 yen for 2 pounds.
Okay. 6 yen. Shoot. For 2 pounds, you said.
Yeah.
And that's B. Done. Adam.
I will create contract C, $12 to 12 pounds.
Okay, $12 to 12 pounds. Ken?
Oh boy. I think the right thing to do is still to hang on to the investments I have. So I will fire contract D.
D fires. So you owe me $2. Got it. And you get £1. That's 16. That'll be 17. So we will flip this. And dividends.
Yes.
Boom.
Oh yeah, you can't do contract C has to be 10 for 10. You can't do 12 for 12.
You're correct.
Okay, fair enough. So here. Whoop. Okay,
Yep.
good call.
Yep.
All right, so triple dividends. So times 3. 3, 6, 9, 12. 12 is 33 all day.
32.
Yeah, right, because it's covering. You're right. So 32 all day. A moment. There. There you go. 32. Quit being lazy. All right. 32. And done. 3, 6, 9, 12. 12 and 26 is 38, correct? 12.
That's a lot of you. That's a lot of you on.
38. All right. So hold on. That's more than the Chinese government, I think, at this point. There. And then 3, 6, 6 and 8 is 14 euros. There you go. There's 14 euros right there. And then 3, 6, 9 and 8 is 17 Canadian.
Uh-oh.
Did I math wrong?
It looks like it because you have $18 in contracts out there.
I have 9 and 9. Oh. So I mathed wrong.
It's
We
okay.
talked-
You get a loan. It's fine.
No, he goes bankrupt.
It only goes bankrupt if you encounter a loan, right?
We keep executing the contracts until they're done.
Right.
So
But
it's going to become a loan, move to the bottom of the queue, and we're going to hit it
Okay.
again.
Yes.
We talked you into doing that. You originally did 6, so I don't know if we talked you into doing 9.
However you guys want to do that. 3, 6, 9, 9 and 8 is 17. 17, hold on. There. And there.
Sorry, Graham.
And 3, 6, 9. Make it 10.
Oh, somebody says Edward can divest after dividends and it'll be okay.
No, because there's no more turns.
Oh.
If I go bankrupt because I math wrong, so be it. You guys know what the story is. I'm not worried about it. All right. And then who triggered it? I did, right?
So you determine which is strengthened, the U.S. dollar or the yuan.
Sorry? Ooh.
No, it can't be the pound.
Hold on. The U.S. dollar or the, because 4 and 4. Fair enough.
You know it's got to be the yuan, right?
It's got to be. 1, just for comedy's sake. There.
Yep.
I mean, I don't think I'm a threat to win, so might as well pump up my final score a little bit.
There we go. All right.
I'm really regretting contract F at this point.
Yeah, contract F's not looking good for you right now.
Oh. It was so much better earlier.
Yeah, can I just half my money real quick? Would you mind if I just give you?
All right. So E,
Yeah.
I owe 8, and I have 17, so I have 9 left.
No, you owe 9.
Okay, so okay, and I have 8 left. But again, I mean, All I was doing was math in it, but however y'all want to do it, I don't care.
I mean, if you want to, change the later contract, and
change contract A to the 6 to 2 that you originally had.
He
told you had 9.
Okay.
And you didn't.
All right.
It's fine.
So make contract A 6 for 2.
Yeah.
Because that's what you originally had.
Okay. So
and then
math got weird.
Okay.
And then we math wrong.
E's done. F is over here.
Oh.
F, you owe $30.
20.
That is all of those.
20.
20. Thank you.
20.
See? Yep. $20. And
it's getting late.
10 British pounds.
10 pounds.
Yep. So here.
That trade hurts.
Yeah, it does.
Why?
It does a lot.
What am I missing?
Well, right now it's 1-to-1 for dollars and pounds.
Yeah.
And it was. Never mind.
It was 20 points, and now it just became 10.
Yeah, it was a good trade at one point, and then because the pound was looking great, and then some people divested, and it really hurt.
All right, so A, I owe 6 here. I appreciate y'all allowing me to not take your word for things. And 2 more pounds here. And then B happens. B, you owe 6 yen, so that leaves you with 2 yen. The game kind of cleans itself up at least, so that's kind of nice. So then 2 more there. Then C happens. C, that is $10 for 10 pounds, right?
So just move that over to the. Yep. Just move that over to his pound
there
pile.
you go. Yeah, cool.
Yep.
And that stays.
So
All
2,
right.
yep.
All right. So a moment. There and there. All right. So now, what is the most lucrative?
One last thing.
Go ahead.
The currency has to get the bump.
It did already.
Oh, it did. All right. Never mind. Yep.
We did.
All right. So now, we divest these, correct?
No.
We don't. Okay, never mind.
We just convert our liquid.
Say again?
Convert liquid
Okay,
currency.
fair enough. So we'll start with Alyssa over here. So the yuan, figure out which is the most lucrative or the most valuable currency. We have 6, so it's here. So the British pound. So everything must convert into British pounds. The yuan is 3-to-1. That's trash. The 3.5. No, trash. The half. I don't like your chances here. Trash. And the Japanese yen, trash. So that's converted. So Alyssa finishes at 19 pounds British sterling.
Leader in the clubhouse.
Leader in the clubhouse, exactly. All right, so now Canadian goes away.
I'm a little scared of Ed's giant pile over there.
I don't know why you'd be scared of it.
4, 3.5, so this converts into 1 British pound.
Woo!
So here, there. $2 is 2 British pounds. So we'll turn that 1 into a 3. There. 4 Japanese yen, 3, so that's good. That's 1 more. Done. And then 4 yuan, wouldn't you know, came out to get you 1 more, which then turns that into a 5. So now 10, 15, 20, 20, 25, 28, 29, leader in the clubhouse.
Strong showing.
Not terrible.
Nope.
All right, so now the yuan cracks me up, man. The yen, that is going to convert to 1.
Is this me we're doing right now?
Yes. Hold on, I'm going to move these out of the way now that that's done. So that's for the yen. All right, so then 3.5, that's going to be 1.
Heyo.
Let's do the Canadian. That'd be 2. right there.
Big money.
No whammies, no whammies, big bucks. Stop. All right, so then we have, looks like 14 euros.
Yep.
Divided by 2.5
Sounds
is
like about 5.
Okay.
Yep.
5, yep.
So here, that'll be 5 more. So a moment. Okay. 38 yuan is 12. Well done there. So there's 10 and 12. And these go away. And so we are looking at, let's see, that's 10, 20, 25, 31. Leader in the clubhouse.
I think I'm going to finish second, but
Yeah.
That was
I
impressive.
think it's a distant second.
That
but-
mountain of yuan was impressive. All right, so the francs, that's going to be 1.
you don't have a lot of converting to do.
I
Because
do
I
not.
fed you all those damn contracts.
Canadian, that's going to be 1, which flips that. So that's 2, 4, 7, 8, 28, 38, 48. What were the final scores?
48, 31,
31.
29, 19.
And
I
some
believe.
number.
All right. Wow.
I knew those yuan were going to pay off.
Right?
Really put one over on you guys.
All right, so we'll start with Ken because Ken got shut out there for the. He had what happened to me last game happen to him this game, right? So thoughts on Forex?
Listen, I think it's a brilliant design, and with a group of people you like, it's a lot of fun to play. I think I sort of admire it a little bit more than I like it. It's super clever, and there's always something interesting happens, and it doesn't happen the same way twice.
Yeah.
But the actual experience of playing is sort of okay for me. Like it's like with this group, because we are all having fun together. It was a blast, but it was as much about the experience as about the game.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those Magic Circle games. If you got the people who are invested, apologies, in what's going on, you're gonna have a great time, and it's really great to play against people that like see what you're doing and make plays to absolutely cripple everything you just tried to do.
Yeah, I mean, I find this, really enjoyable game. And as Ken said, it really does have to be with the right group of people. If you try to bring this out with one of my other play groups, it would just be completely dead flat and nobody'd have fun at all. Yeah, but with the right group of people, it is just a blast. It's a great design. I mean, there's a player-driven market. There's no other mechanisms. There's nothing else. It is just player-driven market and
Arbitrage.
go at it.
The
It
game.
is.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously that was kind of a cool experience for me it felt like I was in pretty dominant position late after coming back from the brink of death early. But I've also been where Ken was last game. That's not a lot of fun. Just, yay, I'll trigger a contract. Yay, I'll trigger a yay. So and I was like, oh, this is a blast. And no, it's not a lot of fun when that happens. Now, that said, here's the question I have to talk about the previous game, because I think that this is a not rare occurrence, is in even number games, I would say a 4, because this plays how many? 3 to 6, right? In
3 to 6.
even number games.
Although, why would you play it with 2?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It gets it to where like two people are triggering and the other two are getting contracts, triggering, getting contracts until a dividend, and then it flips, and that doesn't feel great. It's
Yeah.
not
So an odd
fun.
number.
Huh?
So an odd number.
So that begs my question is, with the odd number, things kind of move around the table in that way. I haven't played this enough to definitively say if that's a fix for this. And I don't know that the game needs that fix, but I do want people aware, and that's why I kind of brought it up at the beginning before the teach was, look, you're going to find out at some point somebody's probably going to get stuck. I got stuck last game. Ken got stuck this game, to where you just get in this, I'm not even playing the game. I'm not making a decision. This is what I have to do. And that's not super fun. But there's also the variant. And now, Alyssa, you were the one that actually brought up, let me know what the variant is. This is called the Raw, i.e. the base game. And then go ahead.
Right. Yeah, so the variant, when you execute a contract, if it frees up a contract, you get to make that contract right away, so that there's a little more incentive to keep the contract queue moving.
Right.
So in other words,
Which probably also it speeds the gameplay up a lot too, right?
oh
You
yeah.
make it a faster game. Yeah.
Well, because now there's not that stall, right? Now,
Right.
if you're triggering a contract, you can then immediately fill that contract. And what Alyssa just said is, if it clears if there's a contract, meaning it doesn't create a loan situation.
That's right.
Right.
But and I've never played it, but I think it changes what the design purpose of the game was. But I think, having not played it, and Alyssa, you can speak to this maybe, is it probably makes it a more enjoyable game.
Yeah, it's a different game.
Okay.
It's certainly less frustrating, and there's less hard decisions. But you also don't get in the situation that you and Ken have been in these last two games, where somebody's not having fun for an hour.
Right.
Yeah, but there is also a couple times in this game, because we weren't playing with the variant, where Ken was like, hey, if you do this, I'll do this, and we can work together to make this thing happen, which you just don't get when you're using the variant.
Yeah.
Fair points. Right. So, yeah, and not because I want, I really, and much like Ken, I very much admire this. This is genius. This is ridiculously clever. And I think it's fun. I think it's a lot more fun when it's in person than, than having me manipulate everything. But yeah, this is one that I would like to play again, hopefully on stream at some point, but probably with 5 players, and see how that plays out differently. But yeah,
5 players, and when we can do this in person.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, because 5, no, I'm not. Nope. There's not enough screen real estate. So yeah. But yeah, anything else by y'all?
I think
I think that's it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, first off, thanks to y'all for doing this. I appreciate y'all taking time out of your Sunday night to do this. Thanks to everybody at home that hung out with us. Certainly appreciate it. It was nice to see Tom make an appearance. So Tom, thank you again for the design as well as coming by. And to everybody at home, thanks for watching. This is kind of my way of being able to hang out with people, because otherwise I'm here by myself. There's Lincoln, but yeah, you get the idea. That's it. So next week, tomorrow, the weekly look ahead, we have 4, 5 streams scheduled for next week. Looking forward to that. Yeah, I think that's it. So social distance, wear your masks, be kind to one another. And I'm Edward.
I'm Ken.
Melissa?
Oh, sorry.
You're
Adam.
fine. All right. You guys, take care. See you all tomorrow at noon for the weekly look ahead. Take care of it, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Good job, everybody. And Ken, I'm sorry you got stuck in that spiral.
Nah, man. I mean, there were ways I could have gotten out of it. Like, it's one of those things where, like, often it's actually the best thing to do for like your chances of winning, even though it's not maybe the most fun thing to do.
Fair enough.
Yeah.